What's up, everybody? We have a full room here. We have Evan.
What's up?
Joe.
What up?
Chris.
Party people.
And myself. And as you can tell, we sound great. But we don't sound great for the first 26 minutes. because
stick with it.
Because a wire got unplugged.
What had happened was...
So forgive that and just give it 26 minutes and it'll sound like this.
Just push through. It's worth
They
it.
kept
Let's
me
get
silent for the first half.
Yeah. He started talking that shit. Let's get started.
You are now listening to Nerd Rage Radio with Bobby Skullface and Adam Russman. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only and may not fit with your sensitive sensibilities. You may be a victim of meaningless outrage, or you may, in fact, be a big ninny pants. If this is the case, please feel free to turn it off now. This is no country for Ninny McNinny pants. So crack open the Mountain Dew. Make sure the cheese doodles are super fresh. We're in your mother's basement. It's Nerd Rage Radio.
And welcome to Nerd Rage Radio episode 204. And let's jump off right out the gate. Bob, take a sip of coffee. How's your nerd week?
My nerd week was good until today.
No, is it bad?
Dude.
Do you have something to rage about?
I have a little bit of rage in me. So here's my issue. I fucking hate UPS. I fucking hate them. Not personally, just as an institution. They've lost a number of my packages. They're always a nightmare to deal with customer service-wise. To put it in perspective, one time I ordered, it was an omnibus. I'm pretty sure it was the Infinite Crisis. No, you know what it was? It was Absolute For Tomorrow Superman from a buyer on eBay. Sent it
It was an absolute travesty. That's what it was.
Sent it USPS, and I was like, okay, checking my tracking. It got to someplace in Maryland? It said, and then it
Vanished.
went dark.
Mm-hmm.
So
Jamaica, Queens.
So I started calling, getting on my shit, and they were like, "Hold on, I'm going to contact so and so. We'll have a call back to you in X amount of time." Okay, cool. I got a call back. They're like, "Look, it's beyond me at this point. I'm putting a call in to our postmaster. They're going to call you." They called me. They were like, "Look, this is gone. It's lost. We have an open claim for it." But I mean, they were on it to figure it out. Every time I call UPS, it is a fucking shit show. So I called today. I had Sideshow distributing Hot Toys, Doctor Strange. It said it was going to come Monday. Laura and I were both at work. That's every time it comes. So they left a note on our door, as they usually do, that they'll try back tomorrow. Cool. I'll be here today, and today being tomorrow, and I'll be here the following day. So they came back on Tuesday, which was tomorrow. I was here. The guy looks in his truck, comes out, looks at me. I'm standing on the front porch now. Goes back in his truck, comes back out. I'm on the phone with you, actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he goes like this. It's a gesture for the listeners with his hands, trying to get an idea of how big a box he should even be looking for. So as I gave him a gesture back of a fairly appropriate sized box. And so he goes back in the truck.
Now you know this guy, right?
I've seen him here before, yeah, but like I don't have like a regular guy. I have like 3 or 4 guys I always see. So he comes.
Maybe you need to call on demand a regular guy.
Yeah, really. So he comes out and he's like, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. I can't find it.
White guy?
Yeah.
How did I know?
Oh, well, good morning, sir. I'm having extreme difficulty locating your parcel. No, but he was cool, but he was like, I have no idea where this thing is. It says it's on here, but I don't see it. And I was like, well, look, he was like, I'm going to run back after I get finished this route. I'm going to run back, check and see if it's there. And if it is, I'll just bring it back here. And I was like, cool. So I said, my only issue is I'm getting ready to leave. Remember? I was
Yeah.
So he was like, well, just sign this, and that says that I can leave it here. Okay, cool. So I signed that. Never see it again. Box isn't on the front porch when I get home, et cetera, et cetera. It's gone. So I waited till about 1 o'clock today. Didn't show up. Saw the UPS truck go. And I was like, well, that's going to be a problem. So I called UPS, and I called the local place first. And a gentleman who I had a hard time communicating with due to a language barrier said, you need to call this number. And I said, okay, 1-800-4 pickups. 1-800-4 pickups. And I was like,
That's not the number.
that's a lot of numbers, dude. And he was like,
Was
no,
it the
no.
number 4?
Even that's one too many.
Okay.
And he was like, no, 1-800-4 pickups. And I was like, okay. And he hangs up. I was like, that didn't sound right. So I called. Well, I started putting the numbers. I was like, I'm not going to conform to this. I am not going to write in fucking 12 numbers, beyond what this fuck. So I called it anyway. It's just like the phone made some noise I never even heard. The phone was more confused than I was. So I got off of that, and then I looked it up.
You've initiated Skynet.
I looked it up online, and it's 1-866 pickups.
That's it.
So not 1-800 and not 4 and more than one pickup. It's pickups. So I called that, got a hold of somebody, and they were like, "Yeah, just wait till today. Just wait till today." And I was like, I don't feel like that's the right move. I feel like it's the wrong move. Let me tell you why. I explained the story. He's like, yeah. Just wait for today. And I was like, I know that's what you want me to do. But what I'm telling you is that the truck's already come and gone, so I don't think it's going to come today. And he said, I understand. What I would do is wait for today. And I was like, you keep telling me you understand, but I keep getting the notion that you don't understand.
It's been waited for, man.
So I said, I need to talk to somebody else. Mm-hmm. We're not communicating. We're not on the same frequency.
Yeah.
So she sent me to somebody else. This person was like, give me an hour. This person sounded on it. And I was like, okay. So they called back within an hour. Barely, but they made it. Actually, no, they had the Frederick office call me.
Okay.
So they called me back within an hour, and then they were like, yeah, well, the truck went by, and we don't have a scan on it since yesterday morning, so I'm going to be honest with you, we don't know where it is. And I was like, all right, well, what do we do? I don't feel like that's my job to ask her that. But she was like, well, I would contact the sender. And I was like, I'm not sure why. They've done everything right.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, no, but they can get a claim filed. They'll call us. They'll keep. And I was like, okay, so they did what they were supposed to do, sent it to you. You lost it. And now you want me to contact them to contact you. Am I reading this right? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, doesn't make any sense to me, but okay. In the meantime, what are you going to be doing to find my package? And she's like, well, we're going to, as it comes, as the trucks come in today.
We're going to redouble the effort, sir.
As the truck comes in today, we're going to scan all the items that are still in the truck and see if any of those light up as yours. And I was like, but this is just business as usual for you, right? This is not a specific attempt to fix my problem. This is just you doing what you normally do on a 9 to 5. She's like, no, we're going to be looking for yours, though, with it. And I was like, proactively and specifically, or just a matter of circumstance? Proactively and specifically. So with each one, you're going to check to make sure it's not mine. Well, no, we're just going to do it, and then later on, I'll go and check to see if any of those hit it. And I was like, okay, well, that's the part that's proactive. The rest of the stuff that you told me is not. I'll contact the shipper. So I contacted Sideshow. Sideshow's like, well, I'm not sure why they would have you contact us. What are we going to do about it? We can't even file a claim that it's lost because they're not even saying it's lost yet.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know. They told me, and they were like,
well, you should have just waited for tomorrow.
She was like, well, I'm not sure that they, what did she say? I'm not sure if that's going to be very helpful of them. And I was like, well, you and I can definitely agree that nothing they have done has been very helpful. So anyway, long story short, I had my Sideshow shit all switched over to FedEx from now on. And
that's what she said?
Yeah, well, that's what I asked. I was like, can I switch all this shit to FedEx in the future? And she's like, absolutely.
Is FedEx more expensive?
I don't know.
It's $78 per package, but it's worth it to save the headache.
I'll pay. Yeah, I'd pay triple. I fucking hate UPS.
Big old fast way money is what that is.
Yeah.
Anything positive in your week?
Yes. I watched Shazam again. Watched it with the kids and Laura. Kids loved it. Mm-hmm. I loved it. Still, Laura thought it was good. She didn't think it was amazing, but she was like, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
You know?
Fun romp.
Yeah. What else did we do? Watch some Big Little Lies. Dude, that show's so fucking good. And I think that's it. I've just been busy fucking beating my head up against the wall regarding Unicron and all the fucking subsequent Unicron information. I got fucking Unicron coming out of my horns. You know what I mean? And that's about it. And then I had some little on a positive note, because I had some little McNasties recently. I did a review recently, and I don't know what it was on, but in the review, I was like, I was talking about this face, and I was like, or something, and I was like, this guy looks like the type of guy that would come out of the mall with no bags. What's up with that guy? You know? And I'm just joking. It's a fucking
mall?
Yeah, it's a stop snitching reference, you know? And this guy commented, like, he didn't say anything then. So then I did the Fans Toys intro with Maverick. Did you catch that? It's pretty fucking funny. But
yeah, was it the shoulder? And then, yeah.
So, like, he was like, see, this is what I don't like about Bobby. When he gets on his fucking soapbox and he was like, and so I commented and I was like, look, I wouldn't.
Wait till they get a load of me.
Yeah. I was like, look, I wouldn't take it so seriously, whatever. And he was like, and he's like, and another thing. Like, he was like, just recently you were talking about people that come out of the mall with no bags. Sometimes I just like to browse.
Wow, he got all up in his feelings, man. It's fair. You should be saying, who the fuck is in the mall anymore? You should be saying.
Yeah. I mean, we still got some pretty big, nice malls around here, but I agree in general. Most malls are becoming these outside things now. These outside shopping malls.
Town centers.
It's an insurance thing.
Is it really?
That's what I was told.
Huh.
That it's a lot less to insure a open space than it is an enclosed space.
Makes sense. You know what they should do with all these old malls though? Make each of the little stores like a house for old people. So when they wake up and go outside, they're already in the mall to walk around.
They're already ready for exercise.
Yeah,
that is perfect.
It's all first like one level and shit. Or escalators or elevators.
And then to end, I wanted to end on. Oh, I went to a nice cookout on Saturday. It was a. Let me check my phone's trying. I think it was around 2 billion degrees. I had to double check. It was close to 2 billion degrees, but it was down in Middle River. He like lives right on the water. He has like a dock, a fucking boat, all that type of shit. So
in the wilderness.
Yeah, well, I guess so. On the edge of the city, but it was fine. It was cool. One thing was funny. Two things. Jaina did not want to be there. And she was like just sitting there looking miserable. And I was like, what's wrong? She's like, I don't want to be here. And I was like, well, what do you want to do? And we watched the Apes movies recently, right? And she was like, feminine. So I started laughing. I was like, look, fucking get rid of the rainy day face and we'll do family movie night tonight. So she got rid of the rainy day face. All was good. But then she was trying to lighten up, trying to have a good time. So she goes in and she grabs like this plate of Doritos. She comes out and she's eating Doritos. She eats one Dorito and she's like, mm-mm. And Laura's like, what? She's like, these aren't Doritos. And I was like, let me try. Oh, no, they're not. So I was sitting, I was like, of course they're Doritos.
They're nacho flavored corn chips.
I was like, of course, that's exactly what they were.
Yeah.
I was like, of course they're Doritos. And she was like, no, these are not Doritos. And I was like, oh yeah, I know a Dorito when I see one. Dead ringer, Dorito.
If it quacks like a duck.
So I took one, I had a bite, and I was like, that's not a Dorito. And
it's not a duck, that's a swan.
So then Jaina was like, oh, they're going to bring the Doritos into this party. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into this house, and I'm going to offer everyone that comes in a nice handful of Doritos, so that when they get their plate, then I'll go to, I saw where their chip stash is. I'm going to go get a fresh bag of Doritos and open them up into the bowl so we can have some proper Doritos.
It's a lot of planning.
Definitely your kid.
Yeah. So then that was cool. And then Monday. So then the other thing is like, so I put out my first under this new guise, my first Star Wars discussion, right, on the Kylo theory. Mm-hmm. And I had a couple little bullshit, comments, like the typical.
Couple actuallys.
No, I didn't get much actuallys, but a lot of like, this franchise has been burned into the ground, and a couple of that. And early on, like within the first hour, but then the rest of it was all pretty positive. Like people are like, that's an interesting perspective, makes me want to go back and watch them again and take it. Like, so I was pleased to see that. And I had a couple like new names because I keep a general track of the names and the players. And a couple new names that were like, dude, never don't comment on much, but I'm just so tired of the bullshit. I just wanted to hear something positive about this thing. And like, so anyway, it made me feel fucking good.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted to accomplish.
Yeah. I'm going to try another one this week if I can get the time. I'm not sure it's going to be tight, but I had to do that whole Shining thing for Saturday. So.
Your daughters did phenomenal.
We played.
I love Piggy. All right. You guys will see that Saturday. That's it for me. Yeah.
Should I go next?
Sure.
All right. Let me think. I started watching. Well, I finished Stranger Things season 3. It was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
I enjoy it.
It was. That was weird. I got a little whistly for a second.
Popsicles in the basement.
Not too low.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right.
Man, fuck all the haters. I like season 3.
Are there people hating on it?
Yeah.
Really? Every one of my feet loves it.
Yeah, I
It was
just
like
heard a lot of
great-
people
best things
that
in sliced bread.
thought it was better than season that season 2 was far better. Rather,
Really? I'm hearing the exact opposite.
Yeah,
Yes,
I don't know.
I've been hearing that everyone loves it on my feed.
I thought it was really good.
The one bit of the never-ending story was the only bit that was a little over the top.
Which bit was
The
that?
song bit.
Okay, yeah.
That's a little over the top. It wasn't the right time. It was absurd, but it was absurd as the '80s were absurd at times. But we enjoyed that. That's actually one because we have not watched much TV. So I watched that like in totality here recently. We knocked that out relatively quickly. I think
that
we
was
were
only 8 episodes.
Yeah, it's like
We
one or
watched it
two,
in 2
like one or
days,
two
I think.
episodes through a week. We got that done, and then I was with the kids. They were watching fucking Teen Titans Go, which is so horrible. It's just bad, man.
Pyramid money, mummy.
It's
Pyramid money,
well,
mummy.
Yeah,
it's
it's not my, it's not,
the
it's not my
problem.
bag.
The problem with it's not a kid show because every episode is a parody of something else that they have no point of reference with. There's like a literal Back to the Future episode. There's like
There's
a
a
literal
Star Wars episode.
there's a literal Goonies episode, and it's like, do you guys even know what this is? They're like, what do you mean? Like, this is Goonies. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I guess it is like Goonies. It's like
When I talk about kids, I don't mean like kids like that. I mean kids like in their 20s.
okay.
They might not
Fair.
even
Like,
get
I mean,
some of
like
that.
seriously, that's what I'm
Yeah,
in
they
my
might
head.
Not, they
like,
might not get it.
Like
Dude,
when I was in my 20s, I watched SpongeBob, which is
starting-
a quote unquote kid show.
I'm starting to get to the point where I reference Back to the Future to people I work with, and they've never seen the movie.
Really?
I'm like, you're fired.
Yeah.
I watched the first 2 episodes of Swamp Thing. So
Yeah?
anyway, so let me get how I got there. So, I was like,
You're a quarter of the way
this
done
isn't-
with the whole series.
This isn't. This isn't Teen Titan. This isn't really Teen Titans. So then we
math.
watched like the old Teen Titans, like the cartoon that was still. It was a little bit kiddie, but it was a little bit more adult.
I think
like,
they're bringing that back.
I think so as well. They did an episode of Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans because all the voices are the same.
Have you seen the Teen Titans Go movie?
No.
Well, spoiler alert, at the end of that, they kind of meet each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
So,
I'm
but
okay.
during that search, I went to the DC app that I haven't used in a while, and they had like the Teen Titans Judas Contract movie, which wasn't bad. I was like, let me watch this. It was fine. But then I was like, let me see what else is on this app. That's why I got to the Swamp Thing. So Swamp Thing actually, it's coming from a good spot. It's got a swag to something. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's. Did you ever see the show Outcast?
No, I read the comic.
Okay,
I love the band.
Me too.
I'm sure.
Old school players to new school fools. Cats got you jumping like kangaroos.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Okay.
Dude, Andre's not from this planet.
Me and you.
He's not from this planet.
Your mama and
Your
your
cousin,
cousin, too. Yeah.
So it's got kind of like almost like a Showtime, not quite HBO.
Yeah, I know.
Showtime,
Yeah.
maybe a Stars swag,
That's Showtime. It's
Yeah.
not quite.
but it's not bad. And actually, and not for nothing, Swamp Thing actually looks really good. They did a good job on him because I thought at first like this looks like the old Swamp Thing. It's nothing big, but like there's always like kind of something going on with the CGI and shit. He's always changing, looking different. So far, so good. And the premise is pretty interesting. I don't want to spoil that for y'all. I think I'm caught up to all of One Punch Man because nothing's come out in like 3 weeks.
I'm not.
So
But
I
yeah,
think,
if nothing's coming in 3 weeks, that means the season's, or at least the mid-season's over.
Yeah. It's good thus far. It's actually kept fresh and interesting as far as I'm concerned. Got a little painting done. Almost done Joe's big ass fucking arthritis building carpal tunnel tank. He did. He's like, hey, it looks great, except this part. This needs to be brighter. You need to brighten this up. So take it back and brighten that shit up. And so, yeah, I cried a little bit to myself. But I've been back on the painting kick here recently. I feel like there was something else that I did here recently, but I guess it doesn't matter. What other movies come out?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Lion King.
Yeah.
Lion
IMAX
King
3D.
It's the dark times right now in our nerdy movie world.
Yeah.
Until October.
It's pretty good though. We need a break. I'm a little burnt out of the cinema, the theater, as some would say. But fucking cats, bro. Can't wait to see
Oh
cats.
my god, it's fucking awful.
Listen, just come to Joe's house or come to my house. Dude, we need to get our cats together. We need to have a Catter party.
Dude, you want 2 more cats, man?
No, not two. Is
Two
good.
more?
Two is
Oh, are
good.
you trying to peddle your brother's cat?
Are you kidding me?
Are you slanging pussy for your brother again?
I am. I need to get rid of those cats. He needs to get rid of that. Those cats are causing him psychological damage.
Really?
I'm not bullshitting you.
I mean, are they trapped in that little room all day?
Yeah. And
That's terrible.
It is terrible. Do you want to save them, Joe?
No.
They're actually really good cats.
They're not my
You want to
cats.
save them?
You want to save them, Joe, and be a hero?
Nope. I am not a hero.
Oh, really? You could be, though.
No, not me.
I think that's it. I'll probably remember something
4 or
else.
5 moments, Joe.
Speaking of remembering something else, I finished the Palpatine Office.
Oh, yeah,
That was
good.
great. Fucking regal.
Super
Regal
happy.
as fuck.
Super happy with that one.
That one guy was like, "You have a UPC for those statues?" You're like, "Negative."
That's a bit much, wasn't it? The UPC. Like, I want to be like, dude, do you know who I am? I barely know my phone number.
I mean, you just got them off a 3D printer guy or something?
No, they're from Galaxy's Edge. I told him they're from Galaxy's Edge, and I told one guy I think was like, "Where'd you get the statues?" And I was like, "Galaxy's Edge."
Oh, cool.
Esteban hooked me up. Like, well, he bought them and then I reimbursed him, but he,
Are those statues in his office?
yeah.
Oh, so they're for, like, toy play sets?
Specific-
Well, they're actually I don't know what their intention is.
They're probably just sit on your desk. They're
yeah,
tchotchkes.
yeah, exactly. They're like little knickknacks. They light up too. Like,
Oh, cool.
You know,
'Cause I saw you had 4, right?
I have 4 because I didn't know how many were going to fit properly, so I bought all 4, and then I want to put the other 2 over here, probably somewhere. But
No.
yeah. So this dude was like, "Where'd you get the statues?" And I was like, "Galaxy Edge." And I think another dude was like, "Do you have the UPC or something?" And I was like, "No, man, sorry. They're unmistakable at Galaxy's Edge. You won't miss them. You won't need the
It's a
UPC."
strange question, man.
It's not really.
Yeah,
I get the
yeah.
most bizarre
Collector
questions.
people are into it.
I don't.
Like you have to prove that it's real so they
No.
can
No,
search
So
they
they
want to
can-
buy it.
correct.
They want to.
Oh, do your own fucking homework.
Get your own Esteban.
Fucking
So shout out to Esteban for that. And then
peasants.
It's not complete till you get the flight stand.
And then I finished my part 1 of my Transformers thing, my 6-part thing.
Yeah,
It's going to go
looks
together.
great.
So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I got to tighten
I
up.
want to see it like chopped up.
Yeah, I got to tighten up a couple spots, but overall, it's like the bread and butter is done. And that took 45 hours and 5 minutes, 20,838 brush strokes. Fun fact.
I thought we were like doing rent right now.
Yeah. Another fun fact. Guess how many floors I've mopped?
12.
I found this out.
12 in one day.
I found this out yesterday. No, total.
Ever? Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a
Dude,
a tracker.
It's funny you said that because I was doing that the other day too.
Yeah, I just like
In
somebody.
your
Yeah,
yeah. I was doing little searches.
ours is in like this. It doesn't matter.
Bulletin board that you had to count.
Yeah. So at any rate, there's a guess. Take a guess.
342.
Not enough.
You've been mopping for.
12 years.
I'm gonna say somewhere around 400.
I'm gonna say 1,086.
7,838.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Wow. That's
Pretty good.
It's a lot of fucking floors.
I win
is.
with the Price is Right rule.
I was watching Price is Right the other morning, and it was kids week, where some people had their kids. It was really cool. I thought it was going to be lame, but those kids were so excited when they won those toaster ovens. I've never seen a kid get that excited about toast before.
Oh,
Instead of just getting anything,
I do have a
happy with
couple.
kid.
I do have a couple alibis. I watched that Bob Lazar Area 51 flying saucer
it's on my
documentary.
list. to
Are you
watch.
going?
I've already been to Area 51.
No, in September.
What? Oh shit!
I'm
Edit
one
it
of
out.
the. I'm one of the Nataro. How do you say it?
Naruto. Oh yeah, I heard you guys talking. You motherfucker.
I'm one of the runners. Nataro.
Fucking Christ.
I got where
I
the
don't
orange thing.
understand what you're saying.
How do you pronounce it, Joe?
Naruto.
Oh, I said Naruto.
I don't know what I said. I got corrected by my kids this week too.
I was like, these old lame fucks.
Have you
not
have you
wrong.
watched that? Have you anybody watched that thing?
No.
All right. So does everybody know who Bob Lazar is?
No.
Yes. He worked
So
at
the-
Area 51.
The Area 51 thing that everybody's. I think it came from him being on Joe Rogan's podcast.
I heard of him a while ago.
Yeah, it was like a month ago or so, maybe 2 months.
How long
So-
ago was
No,
he?
I
on
mean,
Joe
like,
Rogan?
I heard of his
A
stuff
month ago.
from
Did
a long
you
time
say
ago,
on
years
here-
ago.
Did you say on
Yeah,
here
yeah. No, I've heard of him.
to watch that episode with him on it? Because you said that about some Joe Rogan recently.
I mean, I say that about a lot of his shit.
That's true.
I know. That's something
So,
specifically.
all right. So let's get the detrimental stuff of Bob Lazar out of the way. I think he got involved in like some kind of like risky business prostitution thing back in the day that he thought was funny.
Like the
underwear and socks.
Like the movie Risky.
Yeah, like the movie Risky Business. Yes, the underwear and socks. You know,
Like a dickhead.
like a dickhead.
It is the dumbest shit
It
ever.
worked. It worked.
It looks so
Hey,
stupid.
Don't act like you never did it.
Never.
You never in your boxers with socks on
Boxer.
slid across a room, risky business styles.
No, I don't think I even saw Risky Business. I was a teenager.
I've never seen Risky Business.
Neither.
No, what?
Yeah, I think I was a teenager.
Everybody knows that scene.
Yeah,
Yes, sure.
yeah.
I've never seen the movie.
So
though.
everybody,
I've
you
seen the
never
movie.
in any way or form
No.
slid on some socks and like bum 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 bum.
No, but you know what I did do? I've slid on my knees, like so to speak, like Michael J. Fox in playing Johnny Be Good. I've definitely done that.
Same.
Yeah, I've done that. And I've
Especially
also
at
slid up,
gym floors.
slid on.
100%.
Yeah.
I've chokeslammed somebody through a flaming table. Is that relatable here at all? Yeah, just like Bubba Ray Dudley. There we go.
Same.
Same.
Yeah. Anyway, but so Bob Lazar worked at, I think they called it S4 someplace. But anyway, there's a couple things in his story he's been saying for years that he worked on the propulsion system for this anti-gravity engine on this UFO. That there was, I think, 9 of them. There, some of them were different shapes or whatever. And like the science behind what he's saying, while it doesn't make sense, if he's telling the truth, it makes like perfect sense. Like if you can do like an anti-gravity type system, you can do anything. You can do a force field. You can fly anywhere. You basically just, you have to worry about inertia. You're basically just falling instantly to whatever point you want to go to. What happened?
Nothing. Continue.
Something fuck up?
Yep. Go ahead. The sound should be better now.
Oh.
Oh, we did the same
I
thing.
kept turn you up. I was like, what the fuck? Yep.
Oh, is that what the problem is?
It was doing the mic,
It came
computer mic
unplugged.
again.
It came unplugged. Yep.
Ah,
We're at money now.
that sucks.
26 minutes.
Hey, if you hung out that long, then you're good to go.
But anyway, there's a couple elements that for years people have been trying to discredit him, but now they've like all been proven that he's, you know, what he was saying was factual. Like to like this hand scanner thing, was like this box with like these metal pins that came up, and a bright light would read the distance between your bones, and like that would it was a biometric tester, and like that you'd get your card to enter the facility. A certain element that was the fuel source. I'm hearing a little ringing now.
Where is the...
Where
Is
are
it just
you?
you? Anyone else here ringing?
Now it's gone. Anyway, it's probably fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where
It's probably just me. And the last bit was, you know, for a while they were like, "You never worked here." They found his name in the phone book. Like somebody
I
had a
remember
copy of the
seeing
phone
that,
book.
yeah, the phone
Yeah, and they're
directory.
like, "Fuck, he did work here." Or he never went to MIT. And there's like an article that he built this jet car when he was in MIT. So there's like all these little things that people try to discredit him. And his story's pretty interesting. The Joe Rogan thing, I think, is better than the documentary. The documentary is kind of like trash, but it's, if you're just interested in seeing his body language and how he talks about things, it's kind of interesting. Because you know, when somebody like really believes something that they can't prove, there's like listen, man, I don't know what more I can say to you. You know, I'm done arguing with you. I've told you what it is. I don't know. You know, it's one of those things. They're not trying to offer qualifiers or anything like that. It's like to deceive you. You know, it's not an elaborate story with a bunch of bullshit detail. They're just like, listen, man, this is what happened. X, Y, Z. All right, that's it. What more do you fucking want from me? All right, I don't have a time machine to go back there and tell you anything. So I don't know. But there's one interesting thing that came out in the Joe Rogan thing is that he did learn, or he believes that he heard at one point that one of the spaceships allegedly was found in an archaeological dig, and that would be here forever. I mean, dude, that's so fucking cool. That's what I want. Fuck the aliens. I want ancient civilizations that like fucking, you know, the dinosaurs got killed and wiped everything out, and we like had to like run to the caves and survive, and this society like kind of went back to the Stone Age and had to build back up. And like all the myths and legends and mystery, you know, all that shit is just all that we were able to keep from it. I think that's a more interesting tale of our
What's it called, the documentary?
Bob Lazar Area 51. So now everybody wants to storm Area 51.
Yes.
And dude, let me tell you, 500,000 people, dude, like I was doing the math. Like some of those gunships, those like mini guns on those gunships are firing, you know, 4,000 rounds per second.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, 400,000 people is a lot of people. But if you're just running up to a fence and there's like 3 or 4 gunships, Apaches,
It's worth it though.
I mean, nobody's getting through, Joe.
No, not the getting through part. Just to watch fucking American government shoot down a bunch of citizens. Like that would change everything.
A bunch of people.
It would change.
That would change everything.
Yeah.
Because everything would be live streamed. We would watch it.
True. From
You can't stop
several.
400,000 people from
I
live streaming
wonder
at the same
what
time.
those. I wonder the security people who work there right now, because I'm pretty sure it's a contract. It's like a contractor, like Whack and Hut or some shit like that. I don't know if they're.
It's the Pinkertons.
Is it the Pinkertons? It
Probably.
might be
I wouldn't doubt
Pinkertons.
it.
Yeah, I
Pinkertons
think
been
they
showing
own-
up everywhere.
They own everything now.
Don't
Security.
they? It's we.
I'm still waiting on my check there, Joe.
So I'd be shocked. I'd be interested to be a fly on the wall to see what they're doing to like raise the security level. Like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna turn?
Aren't they having like big meetings and shit?
I'm sure they would have to. They'd be fucking
There's
stupid.
been some sort of internal memos.
Is that hilarious?
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, so they're aware of these.
Well, I would hope so. If they're not aware, somebody needs to be fired. There.
I'm just waiting on a Trump tweet and
do it. I want to know too.
too many secrets.
So
send me the live stream link.
yeah, I don't know. Do you think that they would tell if they did have alien spacecraft? Do you think they would even tell the president?
No.
Well, we've seen that in what movie was that?
Independence
Day.
Independence
Yeah.
Day. The president.
Well, I mean, the same thing happened in I think with the Manhattan Project, right? They didn't tell the vice president or some shit.
That was a giant squid monster. I think that took over New York City from what from memory serves.
Yeah. Oh man, it's a quick watch.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun romp, as you would say.
Exactly.
I think that's it. Joseph,
I
we're going to go in this direction.
went to I hung out with Adam on Friday.
We did
It was
hang out.
off.
That's right.
I was like, came
Don't
first thing
worry.
in the
Don't worry,
morning.
Bobby. We had our clothes on.
I'm good.
Mostly.
Now I'm actually more interested.
Went to have tacos.
Yeah, man.
Great.
Dude, it had fucking Cafe Bueno, man.
Where is this?
Cafe Bueno was
By
fucking
the
bueno.
7-Eleven.
I would
on
not
the
eat there
5th.
again, though.
Huh?
I would not eat there again.
It's too packed.
Yeah, I can't. I was not comfortable in the entire time.
It's like
I would get takeout for sure.
The eating space is probably the size of this room,
Yeah, I can't hang out with.
and
the
there's
common
like
rabble.
100 people in there. It's like crazy. There's a lot of Asians in there, though, right? It's like half the
Yeah,
population.
yeah, there was a lot of
Dude,
Asians there. And
ever
white
si-
people having birthday parties.
Ever since he got a garage, he's been acting funny, man.
A 2-car garage.
You been parking in the garage? No parking on the street for you.
No parking on my street. Dude, I still wake up every
We'll
morning
leave
not
out-
believing that's my house. I come downstairs, I'm like, this is not Bobby's house.
Do you ever wake up and it's like, oh shit, what the fuck? Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, is your other house
Dude,
sold?
no, you know that's happened. Have it ever happened to you when you're on vacation or some shit and you like wake up
In a panic?
abruptly and then you're like, where the fuck am I?
Well, how
I've
about-
gotten that here before.
Hey, how about traveling for a living and waking up and thinking, where the fuck am I? I
state
know
am
I'm
I-
in one of
what
3
state am I in?
places. I had that happen to me a lot, especially when I was working, down south in Alabama and Mississippi, where I'm not from.
Also, kind of where you're from.
Have rooms in different hotels identical, like
Yeah.
the same branch?
Yep.
So that would really confuse
Yeah,
the
it's
fuck
really
out of you,
fucked
right?
up,
Same
yeah.
layout and everything.
Do you have a sign like where you're at?
Yeah, always
Post on the door.
Always write it in lipstick on the mirror.
Yeah,
In my name and my phone number in case I don't remember. No, I don't.
that'd be tight,
Memento was a great
dude.
movie.
What would the cleaning lady say? Interesting.
You leave my tip. But speaking of house, my house is getting put together. It's getting there. It's like 80 to 90% done.
Nice.
Nice.
I saw the
Gym-
basement pictures.
Yeah, gym is usable. Like the whole basement is usable. I started using the workshop
Yeah, I saw the
yesterday,
pictures.
and I started working out again Monday. Oh, I feel like shit. I'm so
look-
much
dude,
pain
you-
right now.
You look like shit, man.
Yeah,
Like, what the
I
fuck?
worked out for 2 days.
You got
I
a
took a
haircut?
month. Yeah. Oh, down here at Sheer Image, the only
Sheer madness.
the only barber and only shopping center in the
That
whole
area?
fucking
No,
zip code.
there's a barber shop in Spring Ridge.
It's not the same zip code, I don't think.
Okay, but there's a it's only outside of town. No
This
big
is
deal.
is it? But I mean, they couldn't have charged the same amount as the shitty barber next door to my work, but does a better job.
No.
Like I do it for
Are the
convenience.
stories the same though?
No, I don't talk. I don't.
Oh, really?
I don't talk to people.
Joe, do you ever pretend like you can't speak English? I have to talk to somebody.
In high school, I was in ESL for 2 years, speaking fluent English. The first 2 years of high school.
I'm saying as an adult. Does anybody ever like that? You be like you just start to mumble something in
Oh no,
Cantonese,
Smart.
dude.
If like you don't want to talk to people and
Dude.
they're like, hey, such and such.
Do this.
I should start doing that. I should start doing
do a
that
little
shit.
bow
Dude,
and
Because
that'd
I
be
don't fucking like to talk to strangers.
That'd be great,
Yeah.
dude. You should just
My move is close my eyes. Like when I sit down to get a haircut, after I tell them what I want, which is basic, and I close my eyes.
When you wake
That means
up,
I'm not like same with like Ubers or taxis. I tell them where to go and I close my eyes.
what do you ask for when you sit in the barber seat?
I give them a driver's license.
Really?
Yeah, just
Are you
something like this.
I thought you might sit down and be like, I want the most
So what
stereotypical shit you can do.
I like talking to Uber drivers.
So, what happens when you go to get your driver's license picture renewed and your hair's not perfect?
It's always cut.
What
My
if
hair's
you-
never perfect.
What if you
I've
lose?
never had to go to a
What if you
stylist.
lose this driver's license and you got to go get a new one and you got to get your hair cut?
I pull it from Facebook.
Bruce Lee.
Okay, all right. He's got a backup plan. Just
I
make sure you have
a
a
picture
backup
of myself. It's clipper the size in the back. That's it.
plan. All right, I approve.
I got a good joke, but I'll save it.
And recorded an episode of
This is the one you've been saving for a while that you're working on.
No, not that.
Did that happen yet?
No, well, so I have the one that's like an in-house joke only.
Okay.
But then
I think Laura needs to relax on that. Yeah, all comedians test their material out. They majority.
It just
have-
sounds
have-
off the cuff.
Yeah,
It's practiced.
yeah, some of it
way
is,
way
some of it
too.
isn't.
You know, that's way too. That's level 10 judginess.
Yeah, it's a mix.
I need her a 7.
It's a mix. And you know what? It's been fucking with me a little bit.
It should.
I'm
I like
does
it.
she think less of me now?
I know. Yeah,
Like, does she just?
I thought
Can
he
you
was
still?
an improv.
Can you still? Can you still give
Exactly.
it? Can you still give it up? Give it up? You have performance that she like flicking like, God damn it!
No, I almost feel like it would go the other way, where like she would have the performance issue because she'd be like, "Oh, did you rehearse this too?"
Wow.
Sometimes.
By myself. A recorded episode of Minorities Report with Dante, Krista, and
What the fuck is that?
They talk horror movies.
Oh,
not
okay.
just, I mean we're supposed to, but we go off track a lot.
I gotta post that.
We talk about movies in
It's the
general.
first I'm hearing of this.
Really?
This is the second
It's
episode.
the second episode. Yeah,
Jesus.
we did the first one
You
in like
know about
November.
this?
No.
All right.
I remember you guys like
Because you're
getting
not
together.
minorities, you don't get to be in it. It's a Minorities
Oh,
Report.
I was wondering why you were naming a horror
It's minority
series
privilege.
after a Tom Cruise movie.
We're the minorities and reporting on what we
You
watched.
know what you
No,
guys
Joe,
should just,
you're actually the majority.
you
on the
guys should
planet.
do the Minority Report and just do it on the minority that's killed first in the horror movie, and then just really psychoanalyze that character. I would listen to that.
Deep Blue Sea.
give him a
A whole
backstory.
backstory, like ups and downs, how he ended up with this all white crowd.
Did LL Cool J survive Deep Blue Sea? I can't remember.
He licked his lips a lot. I know that.
He did, and I think he spread a Snickers nougat over his navel.
Hey lover, this is more.
It could have been a dream. I'm not sure. There was a dream.
Dude, if you have a dream about LL Cool J,
No, it was that comedian dude that was like, he was talking about how he did this impression of LL Cool J, and he was like, he was like, you know what I get inspired by?
don't do
Like
that.
when Janet Jackson brings up a dude, takes his shirt off, and they hold each other. Like I want to do something similar, bring a dude up on stage, bump chest hairs. Like I got this song I'm working on called Peanut Butter Nougat. That's where they take the Reese's cup and sort of spread it all over my navel and stomach.
The body language really sells it.
And now he's on a TV show with Robin.
Went to the theaters, watched
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
that is crazy. That is crazy.
I loved Spider-Man. That was fucking great. I've never cared about Spider-Man till Tom Holland Spider-Man. And like, I fucking love this character and I love the Spider-Man. I love this world. And I tell you what,
Tell me.
going to watch Spider-Man,
Yes.
Made you love the theater experience again? No.
oh my God.
Damn it.
Well, that's another story. But like, it's different. Like, we've talked about it with me and Adam. It's like Marvel is a different thing. I didn't, like I watched Godzilla a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. When I sat down and watched the Marvel movie, it's different. I'm going back into the world. Mm-hmm. It's like watching a Marvel movie is a very different experience for me than watching a regular movie.
To be fair, I mean, I get that with. I agree. It's a different thing, but I do the same thing pretty much with all of it. Like when we went and saw Shazam, I approach it like that. Like I'm going back into this world.
Mm-hmm.
When I see Star Wars, I'm going back into this world. Even Terminator, I'm going back into
Oh, yeah, I
this
saw
world.
the preview
Aliens,
for that.
I'm going back. I always had that kind of feeling about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it.
It's more because it's so much of it. It's like fucking however many movies we've watched with Marvel is just like it's really familiar. It's like the other life. Like it's like going back on an online game that you go play all the time.
Somebody actually they got. I was defending Batman and versus Superman. I believe it was that. I might have been defending some part of Justice League. And
would you say you were defending myths and heroes?
I was probably defending myths and heroes. And somebody says they're like the DC. They're like the DC movies are garbage, and they didn't say trash. They said garbage. And Marvel's got them beat with B characters. And I was like, yeah, it is impressive what Marvel's done. And they said something to me and left me speechless.
What?
They're like, well, DC has canceled more movies than it's made. And I was like, I tried to start doing the math, and I stopped because I was like, yeah, maybe. Like the DC cinematic universe, I was like, yeah, there's no Cyborg, there's no
but I don't know how
Man
much
of Steel
of that.
2, there's no Justice League 2, there's no Flash, there's no Suicide Squad 2.
But I don't know. I think if once again, I had to sit down and really think about how much is slated.
There's no Black
how
Adam.
much is properly slated.
There's
and how
no
much
Black
was,
Adam. There's something else, and I don't know, but they show that billboard. We were talking about all the new Marvel movies coming out, and I was like, damn, that is a good fucking point. That is a good fucking point. Like,
Yeah.
what have
they're
they canceled? What have they canceled from Marvel? The Inhumans, right?
TV show.
That was a TV show.
Yeah, but it
never
was
a movie.
originally slated as
I
a
think it was-
movie.
Okay.
Have they canceled anything else from
I
that?
don't know.
'Cause I don't know how this because then I was like, I don't know how this the Eternals is gonna.
Is this Black Widow
Flesh
going to
out.
be a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a movie.
Because I can't remember what was turned into a show.
So yeah, Black Widow,
We're gonna get to it.
Doctor Strange, and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, theater experience. I don't really like. You guys, everyone should know. I don't like public places. I don't like too many people. And one reason why I go eat and go to the movies when everyone else don't go. So we go to watch movies in the afternoons usually on a weekday. Mm-hmm. So last time we watched Godzilla, I don't know if I talked about it. It's 4 people in the theaters, including us. Guy in the back.
That was opening day, by the way.
Was it trash?
No, I loved it. It's a monster movie. It's a great monster movie.
Wait a minute. Okay. I'll buy onto that.
Behind me, back left corner, guy on the phone, on and off.
Talking
At least
the
to
whole
half
time?
No, not on and off. Like he was fielding calls, obviously.
You should have been there. You should have been there.
I would have addressed
I was
it.
like, well, there's only 4 of us. Of course, this justifies why I hate being in public. It's like, fine.
The
It's
funny
fine.
thing is, if there was more people, you probably wouldn't have done it.
Maybe, yeah. And then this time I went to watch Spider-Man like way late. Like, there's 2 weeks? Been out 3 weeks?
Not as late as Chris. It's been a month.
I'm going tonight. Actually,
He's very busy.
That we'll get to.
He's
that.
very busy watching movies at home.
We'll get to that. I actually have tickets purchased to see it at 6:45 tonight at a new theater. We'll give you a report on that one.
Local?
It's in Westminster. Well, they redid the whole place with like the recliner seats and all.
No. I'm sure it's great. It's just I wonder how far.
I asked
It's not
the
bad.
same
It's
thing.
not bad for
Same
you.
for me.
Yeah.
It's 25 minutes
right.
either way.
Westminster for me is
That's where we go
farther.
to Westminster a lot actually.
So there was maybe 7, maybe 9 people in the theater. There's 2. We got there first. We're in the middle. There's a couple of people in front. There's a couple of people in the way back for some reason. And there was 2 people right behind us, which makes sense because we're in the middle of the theater. No, 2, 3. A family of 3. It's like a grandparents and a kid.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to need you to be specific about all those details before we move on. I'm just kidding. It's good enough.
And they were having just old people conversations behind us.
See, I would have addressed that too.
Like, because,
Isn't that the boy that Sylvester went to
It
Bible
sounds-
camp with?
it sounds fucking exactly like that. It sounds exactly like that. Like,
Lena, did you lay the chicken out to defrost it?
She's not sending her kids to Bible camp.
Look, I got news for you.
She might.
Shout out to
Converted.
Sylvester.
Sylvester.
at the beginning, like at the preview, like right after the previews and the beginning of the movie, they have like a little movie to show you how cool the theater experience is or whatever. It shows a guy getting popcorn.
Yeah,
and
it
this
used to
girl.
be the popcorn roller coaster. Remember?
Yeah, but now it's like a little short clip.
Yeah.
And then the grandma was told, like, see, that's how you know when a girl likes you. And the kid was like, I don't.
Oh,
like-
you mean those bullshit movies that these people make?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this
And the
fucking
boys,
trash.
I don't care about girls. And then they had a fucking conversation about how he's gonna like girls one day. And I'm like,
You got to address it. You got to address it.
That was before the movie, and that was fine.
Okay, yeah.
And then, of course, once you get in the movie, and then there's the romance, not romance, but like interested in the opposite thing, sex thing with Spider-Man and MJ, and then she was like, "See, I told you," and they have a conversation, and then everything that happens, a spectacle. They start talking about it.
Yeah, I would have addressed that.
I can't. I fucking can't do
People.
You
I do my best to stay away from it, and it still doesn't fucking work.
grab a stool.
Like seven people in the fucking theater.
There's one over there. Just move that shit on the floor by the Transformers. Just go with me. I'll address it. I even addressed that big hillbilly I thought was going to beat the dog shit out of me. No problem.
Like I used to go to theaters with you guys a lot more than now. Like I'm so selective now. I just can't. I can't get mad in the middle of the theater. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the movie was great.
Good.
Like they stopped talking.
What do you give it out of 1 to 10?
1 to 10. Entertainment or like as a good
Just
movie?
in general.
Just in general, I give it an 8. I had a great time. Oh, this is our
what?
minority side.
God
What
damn it.
do you give the? There's your mic right there. What do you give?
You don't
the,
get a mic stand though. You don't rate that yet.
What do you give the City of Nuts and Bolts? 1 to 10.
Huh?
Gears of the City.
What's Gears of the City?
That movie you saw that you thought was pretty good.
Mortal Engines.
Oh, did you like that?
I enjoyed it a lot.
All right, man.
It was like,
Don't yell at me.
No, I'm just saying.
I want to
like
watch
it has a lot of 40K feels. To tell you the truth,
I'm down.
like cities on wheels and stuff, cities on legs.
Hey, man.
Yeah. What do you give that out of 10?
6.5, 7.
Okay. Just trying to get a point of reference.
Yeah, well, I rate movies on entertainment value.
Yeah. No, I think 8 is a decent score.
we had a discussion about it with Dante about you, like specifically, kind of like people like
Talking about me when I'm not there.
Just enjoy shit for enjoyment's sake. You don't have to rate it like a fucking masterpiece.
No, but I can. But no, you even asked me.
What I do.
You even asked me. Now, what do you give it compared to everything?
But
You asked me
I have to ask you specifically, like
Right.
to
Just
rate
'cause of this
things
forum.
separately.
No.
Did we do numbers back in the day?
I've been doing numbers since the review, so 5 years. I don't know.
He's been
if that's-
obsessed
what I'm
with
saying.
numbers. Some would say.
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you gotten any closer with your numbers?
I sent him that link to the damn Stranger Things numbers.
Yeah, but so there's this other
Not
thing.
good enough.
Yeah.
Not good enough.
He wants more
Can't
numbers.
be satisfied.
More
Well,
numbers.
well, because I want to know what the stream is worth, not the number of streams.
I don't know that they pay like that
Well, then I want to know how the payment breaks down. Like, I want to know.
on Netflix.
I want you to be so committed that you
Bet you
infiltrate corporate, get in there, get a top position, and get all the numbers.
Do it. I'm just trying to get a couple
Dude,
hot takes.
commit to the material. You would do it.
I know. We
But,
do have some serious buzz. Huh?
Other than that, I've been watching animes
I
that nobody care about.
I do got like 25 minutes. I got to go pick up from camp.
All right.
Camp. Harry Potter camp.
Is it really?
Yeah, dude.
It's
This
not.
is the-
Is Sylvester there?
Sylvester is definitely
Sylvester's
there.
there?
Sylvester-
Do they have like just this like the broom between their legs and run
Yeah.
around on the field?
No,
for the
but
game?
they do
With
play.
the guy running around with the ball
They
on a
do
stick.
they do play Quidditch, but like
That's a game.
But like so basically, I walked by. I was like, actually, so you know that game when they fly and the
Quidditch.
loops and shit.
Yeah.
So if I were to say, hey, we're gonna play Quidditch, I'd be like, oh, fucking stupid. But actually, you walk up and they have a soccer field, like a half a soccer field, but they had like giant fucking poles with rings of different sizes, like separated. Like they
I've
look like,
seen.
Yeah, it looks like they like it's like goddamn, somebody actually put the work in to
Yeah.
make this a real game.
It's not
and the
good.
kids are running around like dodging each other and throwing it through the hoops and whatnot. I'm like,
So
okay.
it's lacrosse with no pads, basically.
But it's like there's like 15
Oh,
holes.
okay, so they don't have a guy holding a stick
Yeah.
with a ball on it.
so to speak.
Where the party at?
Sounds interesting. I just don't want to Google kids Quidditch.
That's what
Don't
I
do it.
Adult Quidditch.
Don't do that.
Adult Quidditch is better.
You're like, oh shit, I'm into this.
I'll be on the list.
You said 15 holes.
I don't know what-
Hey,
how
hang
many
on,
holes.
but hey, 15 backwards is 51. Is that what we're getting at
Pizza
Area
Gates.
51? We're getting
Oh
15
shit,
holes.
was it a Freudian slip? Because I used to work there.
Terrifying.
Somebody mops the floor there. Somebody
does.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a fact.
and they're
Call your union rep.
push boss.
And we have a guest today as well. We have Mr. Evan, the King of Wakanda.
Hello.
Wakanda forever.
How are you
Everyone,
today?
Salute.
How are you today?
How are you today?
I don't care.
I was like, get this man a stool.
I wish you had said it like that when I got in. You missed your opportunity.
And he did pick the light color stool instead of the black stool.
I saw Evan recently, and
The cookout.
No, but that's funny on a couple levels.
Wow. I can say that. I think.
Yeah, no, but
I miss that.
Get out the manual.
it's like a phrase like "you are welcome at the cookout," as if you are accepted by the culture.
Oh.
Of course, you wouldn't know that.
And you were.
Well,
Then
you
I
went to a
can't- I
cookout recently, and
canceled,
we're
Yeah. Then you canceled because
your friends.
Evan
I
showed
got a
up.
lot of
His
backlash.
birthday, that was
from inviting
crazy?
you.
You got a lot of what?
Backlash. I know what I said.
You got backlash.
Hang on, I gotta write this shit down. This is too good to miss.
So-
Anytime Black Twitter fires on you, just say you got backlash. I swear. I just made that up too.
That's good. So I said I saw him. We happened to be in the same circle at one point this past week, and I saw him, and I was like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Oh, nothing. I got to do XYZ," and I was like, "Cool." And I expected that meant I'm gonna go do XYZ, and then I'm gonna come back out. Never saw him again. Never saw him again. Anyway, so then later on, I was like, "What happened to you?" And he was like, "Oh, I ended up doing some working out," and I was like, "And you didn't." Talk to me. We were right there. We never. Yeah, okay, that's cool. That's
Working
cool.
out's important.
What's the rest of it? I did come find him. But,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He came by, I was drawing.
Oh, then he was busy.
No. Then he
Drawing shapes.
then he assumed I was busy, and I'm not going to bother him.
No.
Like, I'm sitting there waiting on him.
The exact situation was I came to find him and I saw him. He was in a common area. He was drawing at a table. The only difference is it was dark. And I told him straight up, I was like, I'm not going to mess with no man that draws in the dark. I don't know what you got going on. So I turned around and look, I walked in. He didn't even notice me. That's how into it. I was like, you drawing in the dark? You into it? All right, bet.
That's when he does those secret commissions
Yeah.
of the
point.
feet.
Aside from being too good for people, how else is your kind of nerd week been?
He's a king, you know.
Just elitism in general is great. You know,
Yeah.
every day is a blessing.
Yes, for some.
For some, I don't worry about them. But no, everything's great, man. Loving it. Just having fun. Worked a lot this past week. Today's my first day off in 5, and I know that sounds weird, but because of my schedule, it's a little more taxing than normal. I did get in the mail a couple hot toys recently, and
What'd you get?
I just got Doctor Strange in on Monday.
Fuck's sake. It's probably yours.
Oh, really?
Probably yours.
They lost test today.
Did it look like it?
Oh,
Had
no
been,
shit.
It looked like it. Had
Remember
been
we talked
maybe-
about it?
Maybe rerouted from Frederick or anything.
Yeah, I scratched the name out.
Okay.
Remember
Some
we
school files. or
Bobby
something
Skull.
like that.
Fuck this.
remember we talked about how it was coming on
Yeah,
that,
it was supposed to come
that
on
particular day,
Monday.
And then I was like, "That's a bad day for it to come."
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out it was the worst possible day. For it
No
to come.
kidding.
Yeah.
Well, I got mine. So yeah, mine came in.
You can come over and look. You can come over and look at it.
It's gone.
I got Deathstroke and the Wakanda Throne. So those are 3 I got in within the last week or so. The one thing I will say about Doctor Strange, I thought it came with the arm attachments.
It's
Nope.
like a third party.
It's third
upgrade.
party.
No
I
shit.
can send you a link.
Okay,
It's
thank you.
It's $75.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
So, yeah, I swear
I've been debating
thought,
it myself too.
I think I might get it.
Just make
The
yourself one.
cardboard cutout has that on there.
Oh, really?
Like the backdrop.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I didn't even look because I think it's silly. But the pictures they show where you are mistaken from is
Yeah.
the backdrop.
Okay, it's the backdrop.
Bobby, is yours here? Oh, never mind. I'll check when I get
Nobody
home.
knows. Nobody
Okay,
knows.
thank you.
Nobody
I need
knows.
somebody who actually has it to check for me, please.
Nobody knows what mine is. It's his biggest mystery. Blue's Clues couldn't figure it out.
Well,
I came
let's-
that day. I was on your porch and I took it.
Yeah. I come home and I'm like, that's a weird just one Hot
a lot
Toys
of-
that you have of Marvel, and it's just Doctor Strange. I didn't like the weirdest Marvel Hot Toys collection on the planet. It's like, yeah, I'm getting him and the Wasp, and I think I'm good.
You're like, it has a lot of accessories, so I'm still trying to
I'll
figure
let
out how
you
to
know.
pose it and everything.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with all the.
Mine's still
effects.
sitting on my table with everything. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet.
Yeah.
But
Too many options.
so many options.
Folks, that's the one thing that I don't know if I can deal with the Hot Toys.
Well, they're not all like that though.
Because Marty, all of his accoutrements went in the DeLorean, so they literally had a place to still display and store at the same time.
Right.
But like all that extra fucking
Yeah, but I feel like if they don't give it, people complain that there's not
Oh, of
enough
course.
accessories.
Of course, exactly.
But then people are like, oh, there's so many accessories. I don't know what
nerds
I'd
are
rather
never
have too
happy.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd rather get too much than not enough.
I'll tell you generally, this is a good discussion to have maybe somewhere else, but I would take more hands than accessories. Like I would like more
more
hand. Yes, yes. But I would like more hand posing options than I would like an extra knife or an extra gun.
I can see that.
Or, you know
like
what I mean?
with the Deathstroke figure, that would have been a perfect example.
Yep, like just to do like some gesturing or posing and stuff. Like I appreciate that more than I do 1,000 weapons.
I think with certain characters they give you a lot of hands because Doctor Strange has a ton of hands. Right?
Yeah, he does have
he?
a lot of.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you got to throw up all those gang signs.
Gang signs, yeah.
He can actually do blood. I don't know if he can actually throw blood. Yeah,
Like make him do a crip walk.
yeah.
I found my pose. Okay.
Yeah.
I was telling Evan there was somebody I saw that had like a DTOF display of
A D-top display. You don't say.
that was good. That was good. That was good. And guess what the focus of the DTOF display was?
Black Panther.
Yes, that is true. But Marvel Legends. But what they did was they used the Black Panther, and I told you about this. They used the Black Panther
See a picture of that.
Hot Toys that comes with the base behind them, and they have him like a statue. And then they have the Marvel Legends Black Panther like in the throne in front of him, and like all the Black Panther supporting cast like around it. But like it looks fucking cool. Like you know what I mean?
It's mixing the scales like that.
Yeah.
I have seen some displays recently like that look good.
Yeah. Continue. I'm sorry.
I think that was pretty much it for my nerd week.
Fair enough.
I've really been
busy.
working a lot.
Everybody's busy. It's a busy table. It's a very busy
Very
table.
busy table.
I wish I could say I had more. I've been catching more shows and stuff like that, and movies and whatnot, but nothing significant.
Anything that jumps out to you?
Shit, I wish I could remember. Honestly, my memory is trash right now.
Oh, good.
And, you know, I've had a whole 45-minute drive to think about it, and I can't remember shit that I've watched.
You're like, I hope I arrive after Nerd Weeks. I hope I arrive after.
I did one alibi before you go, Chris. I did finally get my Shakespeare head.
Oh, did
So
you?
to
Yeah, I saw it. It looks good.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
so it's ready to be. I think it's going to
Utilized?
push me into doing my secret passageway door.
Nice.
And
that's
finally,
dope.
a crypto video will happen.
Yeah. On you, Christopher.
Yeah, so and much to your concern about not having anything, most of my notes here I wrote down while we're sitting here.
Nice.
Because things they said would remind me of other
I
stuff.
remember everything when I walk out.
Exactly.
That's how it goes.
So I was a little disappointed by something. Dynamite put out a John Wick comic. It took like a year to put 5 issues out. Dan, my buddy Dan, told me it wasn't great. He was right. I bought the trade. Every time I go to New York City, I buy. I don't know why. I shouldn't buy on a trade like at Midtown or something. So I bought the trade, and it is awful.
They still printing on newspapers, Dynamite?
No, it's no premium materials here, but it's not great. I read the Moon Knight book, which is
Oh, yeah.
I laid it right there. I don't even remember the name of it.
Yeah.
I knew nothing of Moon Knight prior to that, so I think that was a good
Introduction. 'Cause
baseline.
It was a relaunch.
right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
yeah. So
How'd you like it?
I enjoyed it. It's got a lot of mythos to it. The whole
mythos.
Egyptian
Sauce.
Did I put some too much sauce?
No,
on
that's
it?
not
enough
It's
sauce.
an old school nerd rage joke.
Like from the beginning.
Oh, I haven't listened from the beginning or anything. So.
Wait, you
but
need to
Adam-
get back and do your homework.
Yeah, Adam said like the mythos, and I was like, "Whoa, the mythos!" And then it became a thing.
I gotcha. Okay, I missed the nuance, I guess. Went on vacation with I was actually on vacation last week. My kids have been in Alabama.
Where are you from?
They're actually back. They got back Monday, but the wife and I last week.
Where
went
you
to-
used to live?
Yeah, where I used to live. We went down to Williamsburg and did actually did about 5 hours at the Busch Gardens. Rode all the roller coasters. Enjoyed all of them except the last one, which
You
Adam-
don't look any darker.
It's the what?
I see you don't look any darker.
Because we rode at night. Because it was what was that temperature you rated at the barbecue? 915 degrees.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, it was about 915 billion degrees.
Yeah. So you go south, 3 hours more towards the water, and it gets a little hotter. So it was miserable.
And equator.
Yeah. So it's the one that's got the white chassis. It does twists and turns at the same time.
That starts with a T, right?
I don't know, but that destroyed me.
Oh no!
couldn't-
That's the Alpengeist.
Oh,
Alpengeist.
Maybe
Is it a stand-up one?
It goes under.
I don't remember, but it's the frame. The rails were painted white. That's all I remember. But it flips, and while it flips, it turns, and like my stomach could not handle that.
Did you throw up?
I didn't, but I was.
and soft and
Elliot,
trash.
Was it a sit-down, stand-up, hanging? Okay.
I think
I mean, there's only like
Your brain was
5.
getting rattled in your head.
Well, it was my stomach really.
Gotcha.
It's getting turned in directions. But we had a good time. We went to We decided to go to Williamsburg proper, while it was the middle of the day, and quickly realized that
It's a terrible idea.
fuck this shit.
Too hot.
Yeah, so we just basically, it was fun. It was just her and I just goofing off, going and looking at bullshit in stores, and we had a good time. Ended up staying I used some of my points and stayed at a Holiday Inn. It's like a resort.
Oh,
So basically it's like condos, but Holiday Inn owns it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's some sort of timeshare thing because we got there like, are you an owner? I'm like, no, I've got a bunch of points though. It was cool, but like they don't
be mean to Becky.
they don't they don't turn your room or
job.
anything.
I know.
If you wanted towels, it was $8 for them to bring you towels.
Jeez.
Oh wow.
It was literally more like a resort than that. But we had a good time. We enjoyed ourselves. We didn't have to rush to do anything. Goofed off. Went and ate way too much. Checked out a couple pancake houses as one does when they're in.
We have a game when we're in Williamsburg. When we see a pancake house, everybody claps and just constant clapping.
I was going to say it's going to be constant.
Yeah.
Have you ever
It's
tried
like a
to look
punch
up?
buggy game.
Have you ever tried to
Right.
look up the
Sounds fun.
the best one in town?
I've never been to Williamsburg or Busch Gardens.
No?
Really?
Nah, I'm not. Don't act surprised.
Dude, you've been to Kings-
Actually,
Really?
yeah.
No kidding.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, it's pretty diverse.
It's pretty diverse.
I did not know that.
It's
Yeah.
very
I always
diverse,
thought
actually.
Busch Gardens
mean,
growing up was like.
I think it was at one
Okay.
point.
All right.
I think it was at one point, but it's
Don't do
it's-
that.
It's
Don't do that.
I think
No.
so.
No.
Yeah, dude. When
No.
people started getting stabbed at Six Flags, Busch Gardens became the resort.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
it stabbed
People
Six
got-
Flags as recently.
No,
No. No.
Six Flags has only been around for like 20 years.
It was
It's been
right
ghetto
after it
for about
changed from
20
Wild
years, too.
World
Wild
to Six
World
Flags.
to Adventure World to Six
So
Flags.
the Six Flags that's an hour from here. How is that?
That's the
That's the
stabbing
one.
Yeah, that's
Is
not
it still stabby?
It's, I don't know.
always
If,
stabbed.
it-
It's
Sketchy.
not
We
always
went a
been
couple
stabbed.
weeks ago and
Sketchy?
nobody got stabbed, but it was
people go there because they hate roller coasters. Like they go in there and they're like, "Man, I fucking hate the fucking roller coaster. I'm gonna stab it. First motherfucker I see, I'm gonna stab it.
Fair.
I'm gonna be around these
Not
goddamn
fair.
roller
I didn't
coasters."
realize that was.
I used
Kings
to
of
get-
Means. Kings
I
of
didn't-
Means.
in the late 90s and the early 2000s, I used to go to Six Flags all the time.
I didn't even realize that Six Flags was here till like last week.
I think Six Flags was the first one around here to get metal detectors. That's a fact.
That might be true.
I know the one in
City
Atlanta
High School.
is rough.
Which one?
The one in Atlanta, that Six Flags in Atlanta, like the one we went to when I was a kid, is
Surprise.
always some
Yeah.
shenanigans, fights in the
seen
tunnels and shit.
Quavo hanging out there.
Yeah.
Quite low.
Well, you know who he is because he always says his name before he talks.
Yeah.
Quavo. I like to get a large order of fries.
Dude,
No salt though,
dude,
so they're fresh.
There was
Pickle.
Cody was showing me this rap battle, some Irish guy that like when
Talk
I-
about potatoes a lot.
Well, it's funny because when I saw him, I made a judgment that I was like, I'm not gonna be into this. But he's actually pretty funny, and he was battling this American dude, and he was like, well, because the dude started off, the American dude started off like he brushed his nose, like a cool little swag move, and then was like, listen, and then he started. So the dude, when he came back to him, he was like, why do you always brush at your nose as some sort of American thing? And why do you always tell me to listen when you haven't fucking said anything?
I like that.
Yeah, it was good.
Real quick, do you guys recommend Busch Garden as
Yeah.
far as like? Cause
Yeah.
we're looking for
Yeah.
a place to take the kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, nice little weekend.
Do you like drinking beer?
Yes,
They
You
have
drink
lots of
beer the whole time.
sounds good.
And if you're going to go more than once, just buy the season pass.
Okay.
That's why we went this time because we were
Good.
planning to go more than once, and the price of going twice was cheaper to buy the season.
And
How
Christmas
about-
Town is a magical experience.
But how far is that from?
It's 3 hours from my house.
Okay.
which is 15 minutes from here. So,
All right.
Dep-
Okay.
well, let me rephrase that. It's 3 hours there, but
Okay.
when you come back and you have to do $495, $270, it could add an additional fun 3 hours.
Oh,
in the
nice.
cost.
Yes.
There's a potential. I'm sure as some people
Come
know.
back on a Monday.
Okay, that makes
I'm
sense.
just joking. Don't do that.
Okay, I was gonna say Monday after the weekend.
we came back on a Thursday and got stuck in an extra hour and a half.
Yeah, because passing Richmond is a problem, and Quantico is a problem, and then
It's
Everything's a problem.
right,
Yeah, that
right
fucking
there.
is a disaster.
But yeah, getting down there is a little challenging.
if you leave at 4:00 in the morning, you'll be fine.
Sign me up.
Yeah. It's good though. It's nice.
Okay,
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
definitely gonna look into it. Then.
And Colonial Williamsburg isn't bad if it's not a bazillion degrees outside.
Yeah,
But they do reenactments there.
Nope. So
I'm not sure how much reenacting you want.
It's Revolutionary War time. It's not Civil War time. It's FYI.
I don't know if that's better.
And I wonder how many people that are there know the difference. Truth be told. I watched Hellboy, the new Hellboy movie. It's
good.
That's what I watched.
You watched that? My wife enjoyed the hell out of it.
Did she?
We watched it together, yeah. And it's a little more disconjointed than I remembered it being on the first viewing, but it's still entertaining.
Okay.
It's still entertaining. There's so many little just nuggets dropped in there from the
Rated R, right?
from the books. Yeah,
It had to, because when I was
yeah.
watching, I couldn't remember, but then you start seeing some of the
cannot hear
gore in it,
myself
and
today.
it's definitely a gorier comic book.
Oh, it's
I'm gonna check it
it's a. I mean, there's. I love the beginning, the opening scene in Mexico.
Yeah.
with a guy. Well, he
Oh,
kills
yeah,
a
yeah.
guy. Yeah, that's
The
awesome.
wrestling scene?
Yeah.
I did see that.
and, which is from the comics. So it's pretty cool. They tied all that. I had the opportunity and took advantage of the opportunity to watch Shazam. It was a fun romp. That's all I'll give it, though.
Dude, I think that
I
is
think-
a detachment, dude. I really
What do
do.
you mean? Me?
Like, because I don't think that the payoff meant anything to you.
Well, and I thought the villain was dumb.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, just the way they laid it out, I didn't care. I just thought it was cheesy, to be honest. And it was fun to watch. And listen, I'm sure kids love it. But
it's actually one of the criticisms I've heard is that it's confusing that way because it does have that fun child vibe to it, but at the same time it has stuff that's a little too intense for kids. You know, like it's the first time that my kid Selena had to look away, like she couldn't
Wow.
what?
at the
Monster.
demons.
They're like,
Oh, you know what? I didn't even cross my mind about that. But yeah, they were pretty intense.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. So I could see they're kind of trying to play both sides there.
But that Marvel family popping up, I mean, that's like if you went to saw a Spider-Man movie and at the end, 2099 and Spider-Pig and all those fucking things were around. Like,
and I'd be like, what the fuck is this doing here?
Right.
Get this out of here.
well,
I'm joking.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was a big. It even worked for me the second viewing.
I mean,
just
we got Megan Good out of the deal, so I'll be
Who's
fine
that?
with it.
Why'd you look at me?
Because he doesn't know who Megan Good is.
Oh yeah, that's true. You don't know Megan Good is.
I'm not good with. Yeah, but we go through this all the time.
Yeah,
I'm not good with
Why
celebrity
I
names.
can't even describe her. She hadn't been anything.
Who was she? Who was she in that?
Significant.
The
black girl.
the black girl in the superhero suit.
The young
the older
kid?
one. The older
No,
one.
When she
became
Marvelized.
Yeah.
Shazam.
Oh,
She's like
yeah,
40.
yeah.
Is she really?
She's almost 40. Yeah.
Black don't
Looks
crack,
amazing.
baby.
Yeah, she looks amazing.
It's that cocoa butter. I
I
hear.
love Megan Good. Shea butter too.
See, we got to stop with these fucking oils. These white people. We got to stop with these fucking
Don't
oils.
do
Start
it.
getting-
Oil of Lay, get it out of
Start
here.
getting on this cocoa butter.
I'll tell you, I've had problems with my face being red and just broken out for years. You know what I finally did to get it to stop? Stop washing my fucking face.
Really?
Well,
Oh, it's too dry.
Lotion
I don't
it
know.
afterwards.
No, I do use a prescription medicine on it actually, but like it was like almost embarrassing at some point. And I was using every soap, and the doctor was saying, "Try
drying
this,
it
try
out
this, try
with
this."
soap.
So basically, I just stopped washing my face. I just rinse it off.
I thought you were going to say because you got a little bit of rosy cheeks going on now.
Oh, you know why? Because I use a little bit of my wife's face wash. I'm like, I haven't used anything in a while. Maybe I should.
I thought you were going to say. So I just went to Busch Gardens, didn't wear a hat, and just burned shit out of my head. It's like fuck it, I'm just going to go with it. full time.
Oh, you know I wore a hat. I had 3 hats with me and almost bought another one. So, I watched Adam Sandler's latest stand up on Netflix.
Why?
Which, huh?
Why?
Because I'm an old white guy. And I've always thought he was funny. I have. And
I've never seen one of his stand-ups ever.
So this is it's interesting to see. I mean, I guess he and I are probably around the same age. He's probably a little bit older than me, but to see his comedy progress to be an old and trash, basically, right?
Yeah.
Because his jokes now are about the shit that I think's funny because it happens to me.
Old white guy.
Right. So he's got this one little bit he does on there. You know, he does songs and stuff, and some of them are just ridiculous, and some of them are really funny and poignant. But he's got this thing where he goes, they made this rap song. It's phone, wallet, keys.
I've heard that.
All
That
I
is
need is my
good.
phone, wallet, keys. He's
That's a
like,
good
oh,
one.
I need my passport. And then by the end, he's got this ridiculous list of stuff. So it's phone, wallet, keys. That's all he needs. And then at the end, it's like laptop charger, phone, wallet, keys, chapstick. You know, it just goes on and on. It's really
I've
funny.
never related to a song so much in my life.
Me
when
too,
until
right?
I heard that. Yeah, that's a good
And
one.
he's like, I like to stay home, and it's phone, 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 laying on the couch playing on my phone. It's very funny, but that it brought up a good point, and I thought about this and talked to my wife a little bit about it. Does anybody make a comedy album anymore, or is it all just Netflix specials?
Well, I think it's all fucking serious and shit now. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, I think that's the way it's gone.
Yeah, because like I mean, when's the last time I can't think. The last time anybody said, "Hey, I got a new album, a comedy album coming out," because now it's just a Netflix special.
Some people do. I've recently heard. I think Andrew Schultz.
He did
drop
do
a
it.
comedy album. And
Schultz
more
from
have. Brilliant Idiots.
Okay.
And he's not the only one, but that's the most recent one that I can think of.
So
Netflix is definitely cornering the market, though.
Is it a recording of a stand up, or is it like skits and shit?
I have to check it out.
Most of the time, it sounds to me like a recording of a stand-up.
Okay. So,
which Martin used to do back in the day. Like his albums were recorded stand-up. I mean, Eddie Murphy's was as well.
Dude, Netflix is talking to Eddie Murphy right now.
It's already a done deal.
Is it?
Yeah,
$7
$3
million.
So
Yeah.
you know how I knew that was going to happen?
3.
Is it 3 shows? Okay.
That's what I think.
Is that
I
more
could be
money
wrong.
than Dave Chappelle?
I don't know.
Dave Chappelle's.
I don't know, but I mean, I think they're of at least equal value.
It's more money than they offered me. That's all I know. That's $70 million.
You know how I knew they were working on
$7
something?
million doesn't even sound like that much for
Riding
Eddie
in the
Murphy.
car.
He was on.
True,
he was
right.
in a car
He
drinking
probably
coffee.
gets that interest a year.
You know that, right?
Yeah, but I'm sure he's
mean-
got a lot of kids. He's got like 9 or 10 kids, so it's going to do something for him.
Where it got dropped was on that riding with comedians.
Watch that.
Oh yeah.
He seemed very. I don't know.
Seemed reserved.
He
Didn't he?
did. He was almost like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
Uncomfortable almost?
Yeah,
And-
that's the word. He was
Yeah.
uncomfortable. I
Yeah.
thought he was
I
uncomfortable.
haven't seen it, but I
enjoyed
heard
that.
about I watched like 2 episodes and I was like,
Some of them are just like the ones with Alec Baldwin
I heard the one
are
with
fucking gold.
I heard the one with Kramer was worth a watch.
Oh really?
Not the stand-up.
Speaking of
And
stand-up.
they addressed that in Curb Your Enthusiasm also, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not
I
surprised.
think it's been addressed
They
twice.
definitely addressed it in South Park.
Did they? I haven't
Yes.
seen
Oh,
it.
it's great.
That was a good episode. That was a really
They
South
outlawed the
Park.
term.
Oh, yeah.
Joker guy.
Yeah.
Not Joker.
Oh, Joker
Joker
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I lost my place here. Sorry,
They
guys.
immediately arrested the reporter who's reporting on it. They're like,
Yeah.
So my wife had started listening to this podcast, and as we've been doing some work together lately, we've been listening to it. It's called A Dollop. It's a
just a dollop of Daisy.
it's a history podcast.
Hey, I cleaned that, man. Enjoy.
It's the format is literally, I've done a bunch of research, or an intern's done a bunch of research, and I'm going to tell you this history story, and we're just going to make fun of it for an hour. So some of the topics they've had on there, like they did John DeLorean in that story,
Oh,
which
cool.
is fucking wild.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
Because
some
his
of the
whole
other
thing
ones.
is he started going south, so he got into drugs and got caught.
Well, yes and no. He did, but they set him up hardcore. They set him up. The government just totally set him up.
I don't like your steel car.
It's very.
I hated
yeah.
Back to the Future.
Right. But it's very good. So it's called The Dollop. It's just 2 comedians that do this, and they do live shows and stuff. But it's just been super duper entertaining. They did one of P.T. Barnum. Holy shit!
really?
What a crazy ass story.
I can believe it.
He had basically like kind of Ripley's Believe It or Not museums back in the day.
Yeah.
They had in New York City. They had 2 whales living in the basement.
What?
Like on display, like
That's crazy.
Whales, not fat women, Adam. No, actually,
Okay.
actual women from the. And like they had a woman who was they claimed was 160 years old and was like George Washington's babysitter or something.
Baby's mom.
And he, yeah,
about to say.
it's crazy, but
There's a
it's
joke in there.
it's entertaining. So if you want something new to listen to, and it's history, but it's not boring. It's very entertaining. Yeah, it's a podcast. It's called The Dollop, like a dollop of sour cream. I guess I don't know where the name comes from, but they like Patton Oswalt's on there sometimes,
Oh, okay.
who I think super
Hey,
entertaining.
hold on one second. Let's take a call.
Oh boy,
Hurry up before he hangs up.
Mike,
Brother?
you're on live on Nerve Rage.
Oh, sweet. What's up, everybody?
Hello.
what's up, Mike?
Do you, is your? I'm going to imagine that your call was private, but instead of texting, I just figured I'd answer, unless you want to ask it publicly.
Oh, I mean, it don't matter to me. I mean, I was I saw your video today,
Oh yeah,
and yeah, I loved it. Saw all the SDCC stuff. Everything's looking real good.
yeah. We're getting ready to get into that here shortly.
Oh, really? All right. Well, in that case, I got something for you that wasn't in the video. You guys probably know because, as you know, I'm digitally impaired and I'm not attached to anything, so I just see things as I see them. I saw that the Super 7 interview online, and I know you're a huge Turtles fan, and I thought I remembered you saying something that you were more of a toy fan. You had all the toys, all the crazy characters and whatnot.
Yep.
So supposedly Super 7's doing that 7-inch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line, but they're doing it's based off all the toy stuff. So stuff that we're probably not going to see from NECA, even though that NECA stuff looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm interested in that as well. I was hoping they were going to have reveals of that because they actually talked about it last year.
Yeah.
But they still didn't have reveals. They just had that retro, like 5 POA turtle shit that I could give a fuck less about.
Yeah, it seems like they're having some sort of license or some sort of issues with the license or announcing. I really don't know how that works.
They got a Thundercats line too coming, I think.
I was going to say that next, man. That thing looks gorgeous. I saw that line though.
Yeah. All right. Well, let us get back to this, and but I am in on all their, and I actually have heard a little bit more information about those turtles, but I don't think I'm allowed to publicly reveal it. So I'll try to give you a call when this is over.
All right, cool, man.
All right, buddy.
Take care, everybody.
Later.
See ya.
See ya.
All right.
Okay, so where was I? Hang on a sec. So I got a 3D printer. I don't know if I talked about that on here or not.
That's pretty awesome.
And boy, that's a learning curve there. It is.
Yeah, Steve.
Well, yeah.
But when, you can do anything in the world, but
Once
you
you
have to learn
figure
how
out
to do it.
So my wife's actually been working on it more than I have, but it's because she's just good at figuring out. Because there's not software that comes with it. You got to figure out which software you want to use. You got to find the models. You got to slice the models. You got to set the machine up. And they're very user friendly. The company that it's a Creality Ender 5. Shout out to the Jackal Squad. It's actually a gift from them, which I didn't need or deserve.
What's the print?
I would argue that. I could argue both of those things.
Yeah.
Is that print depth? Is it like a real fine one, or is it?
It's 300 millimeter depth.
No. I mean,
What do you mean?
the print per layer.
You can set all
Micro-
that shit.
I mean, they have a minimum. I was just wondering what the minimum.
I have
was.
no clue. I haven't gotten that far.
That's how you get this.
Yeah, and I said need, and I didn't mean to say need because I once I figure out how to do it, it's going to be very helpful in the.
Once you figure out how to do it, like there's 3 people on this table.
I know,
going
right?
to ask you to do shit at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far I've printed
What's up with that solo couch?
a lion and 2 circles. Well, I haven't printed shit. My wife's printed it, but
The lion would look cool, like at the front of a building or something.
you're not lying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's something I've thought about a lot. Is like your statues in here, stuff like that. Because this is the deeper version. So 300 millimeters is about 14, 15 inches. How much is that? Well, you guys are lousy with conversions. You should know this by heart, shouldn't you? I'm just kidding.
I can Google it for you.
That's fine. It's fine. It's larger depth than I think it's 250, and 300. So I can do. We're gonna be able to do some big pieces
You're
once
gonna
we
be
get
able
our
to
head
just,
around it.
multi-part wise, you can just print your own statues and paint them if you have the skills.
Sure.
Instead of buying statues from now on.
Right? Yeah.
11.81 inches.
Okay. So 11 points. So 11 inches basically. It's almost 12.
You said 300 millimeters, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. That's how I like to say that number. 300 millimeters. It's a little more impressive, No, honey, we're going to measure it in millimeters. And I got my Doctor Strange on time. The day it was supposed to be there. It was.
Dude, you guys are just lucky dogs.
Just left it on my I have a regular UPS guy. He just leaves it on. I don't even have to leave him a note anymore. He just knows.
Good feeling.
They're good. He just signs for me. Since my signature's.
I too know what privilege is like.
Yeah. So the last thing is I've been busy, been real busy. So I actually can reveal that I had the opportunity to work with Mezco Toys and did all the displays for SDCC for them.
That's awesome.
Great
Great
job. Good job.
Thank you. That was a hustle, and shout out to my wife who, once the kids were gone, she was my ace. It's funny, I forgot she knows how to paint.
Right.
Because she hasn't done, like when we were in Alabama, where we're from, working in the garage, building stuff.
Probably big garage in my head. It's a big garage in Alabama.
It was a 2-car. It was the size of your garage, basically.
In my head, it's far bigger, and like you could probably put
There's
a
a
whole
car
bunch,
up
whole
on
bunch
blocks.
of, whole bunch of cars that don't work anymore.
And
put
it's
them
like
in there.
gravel on the floor.
Yeah.
There's a little crane with an engine hanging.
Part of the roof is just a tarp.
Listen, you keep the cars in the yard so you don't have to cut the grass.
Oh, and I thought that's where the dishwasher went.
No, that's the front porch.
Did you go by the name Cade Yeager when you were in Alabama?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Hey, Jaeger. Yeah. I don't. That's offensive in so many ways. But just because it's Marky Mark, I'll let it pass. Because I'm Marky Mark. I heard an interesting story. I won't steal somebody's thunder. I'll have them tell it sometime. But somebody we know has gotten cussed out by Marky Mark before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll leave it. It's a great story, and I'll let them tell it. I don't want to steal their thunder.
We know somebody that was cussed out by Hakeem Phoenix.
Yes, we do. We do.
And we know someone who cut up by Lou Ferrigno.
Oh, yeah.
It's true. Hey, I win.
How did it sound?
I win.
Dude, that is so wrong.
I can tell you. I'm done. I'm done.
Go fuck this out.
And then I had to sit across fucking where we were at Ruth's Chris eating my steak with him staring at me. 'Cause we ended up at the same restaurant sitting right next to him.
At the same fucking time.
Yeah.
No kid.
Yeah, and
Wow.
like I sat down, I'm like,
And you,
don't look at him.
I'm still done.
So then the whole time we just talked with our hands in front of our mouths, so he couldn't read what we were saying.
If it makes you feel any better, the last time I saw Lou Ferrigno was at the Mid-America.
Still wearing that same shirt, right?
Mid-America Truck Show, selling some. They were selling some sort of liner for something that was colored green.
Yeah.
And they had this horribly non-licensed Hulk cut out, and he was there signing autographs.
Oh wow!
But it wasn't called the Hulk. It was.
But I bet you he had a tight ass velvet shirt of the color blue or burgundy.
I did not remember that.
guarantee
I
it.
just saw him from across the room. But it's just kind of been surreal, this whole thing with SDCC and just having a relationship with a company like that, saying that I'm a freelance artist for Mezco, and hopefully we'll get together on some other stuff going forward.
Awesome, man.
So
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
cool, man.
it's surreal to just like look at Twitter and it's like all these people posting these pictures, and that's my shit in all these pictures.
So how far are you away from quitting your day job, making this a full-time gig?
Very far away. Actually.
It's only a
I
matter
gave
of
you
time
a-
before somebody asks, like, that's a cool background. Who did that? And then, that's how word of
Well, I
mouth
tried to
works.
get you some love today. I don't know if you saw it.
I
But
didn't.
Try to send some folks your way.
Okay. Well, and that's appreciated. So like I brought a piece with me. It's out there. It's the Popeye doc.
That's one of my favorites.
That was everybody's favorite, and that seems to be the picture that got shared the most. And I had so many people asking questions, either like, is this set going to be included with the figure? Is this going to be
Oh,
available?
that's kind of cool.
So
Yeah, that's cool.
I said I got to strike while the iron's hot. So I came home. I changed it around. I flipped it. I redesigned the window.
Smacked it.
Flip it and reverse it.
Yeah, and I rubbed it down too. I flipped the door and the window. I redesigned the window real quick because I didn't like the way it was done. But this was like literally 2 days before it was due, so it was like, okay, it looks good enough, which it looked fine. So I redesigned the window a little bit, and I've actually put pre-orders up for those. I think I've got 8 pre-orders. For
Wow, congratulations.
So
Good
Great.
job, man.
yeah, busy, so busy, and there's some other busy stuff happening that I can elaborate on later. But for right now, it's been nice. Like I planned to like literally take like 2 weeks off of doing stuff, which I couldn't, but. It's been nice just having a little bit more time that because I didn't schedule any more commissions till to start in August, so I literally had 2 weeks of nothing due, which was nice to catch my breath a little bit.
Yeah.
But in the back of my mind, I'm like, but if I go ahead and start on that, I can get done with that and I can work on the next one. And then
Dude, just take a year to do your commissions. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't want to be that.
Well, you know
guy.
what? You know what happened though? When you started coming over, they started getting done a lot faster.
Hey, actually,
Facts.
There is something about having people there that makes you motivated to do it. Like I need to redo.
that means T2RX6 should have come to my house about a year ago.
yeah.
I finished his van. Well, Kelly finished his van.
It looked great. The
It
picture.
looks really good.
Got the license plate.
But I need to add Joe and Chris to the intro of Nerd
Oh, yeah,
Rage.
yeah, yeah.
But like,
Take me out.
It never slips.
That will happen when we get a next member,
I
right?
need
Because
to-
like we got my logo in there after you joined. When we
Right.
got both of the logos together.
No, as soon as you finish it, I'm quitting for real.
I need to have my. I
I'm
need
still
to,
in it.
I need to have
God
my. I just like it slips my mind. I'm not thinking about it, and I'm like, but if you were like right there, and like, it's not like you're forcing me to do it, but you're forcing me to do it.
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna need those TPS reports.
Yeah.
Hanging over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Real quick, with an audience here, I have a head sculpt I want you to paint for me.
Okay.
All right.
How
Like,
big is it?
Giggity.
So to speak.
It's a 12 scale. So
It's going to be huge to you.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if I can handle all that.
It's a Batman head and a neck piece.
Oh,
I'll
hell yeah.
I'll send the figure over too, so you can match the vibe of the paint. Of
Okay.
the cowl and stuff.
We can ease into this SDCC.
I've been
Why don't we
struggling
just
with
say
that too.
SDC squared?
That's
did you,
worse.
But before we do, unless you have any, before we do, did you see the Mafex Dark Knight Returns Batman?
Pre-ordered it today.
Me too.
Pre-ordered.
What is going on with them? They
Let me see.
dude. I might be like.
Well, I want that 89 one from that.
That's
From
Mezco.
Yeah, and I'll
yeah.
let you know when that.
Dude,
that hasn't
I
pre-ordered
might
yet.
be like, man, fuck what McFarlane has planned. If these guys are gonna fucking
Oh,
run DC stuff,
Did they do the Hush as well?
Yep,
Yes.
they did the
That was
Hush as
really
well.
good. I know what I'm getting for Christmas.
Spoilers.
Let me find it here. Hang
God
on.
damn it, Adam.
What did anybody think? Anybody reactions to SDCC stuff? Or?
I've seen nothing.
No.
That's some
I've
stuff.
seen nothing.
I looked at the hot
I
toys.
don't know. It's not true. On Facebook, I saw Chris's shit. On
Okay.
Facebook, Instagram. That's it.
So speaking of Hot Toy stuff, we can start there. Sure. What grabbed you, if anything?
I tell you what, I knew they were going to do the Iron Spider, and
wow.
obviously, you know, I have the movie one. But
Yes.
I'd known they were going to do the original Iron Spider anyway, so I'm going to get that. I'll pick that up. And I just some stuff didn't really wow me. You know,
How are they doing
I don't
this
need
cape?
Avengers in there
In that suits.
Yeah, I don't need that.
That's
Probably wired soft goods.
That's a big
Wired soft goods.
commitment.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
To do all those characters again in that
Correct.
in the same fucking suit.
I'll tell you, man. If I was Mason with a better income, I would be all over those Hot Toys Spider-Man, like all the ones from the games.
oh yeah, nice.
Those are crazy.
They're doing all those Spider-Man 4 suits?
They're doing a lot. They're doing
Yes.
several of them.
Yeah, I mean,
from the game.
What's
yeah.
up with a quarter scale action figure? Is that Hot Toys?
Yeah, that is Hot Toys, and they just did a Batman and Joker Nolan verse.
It took like 3 years to come out.
Yeah,
Fucking huge.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll tell you something that's got my wheels turning, and I'm not sure which direction they're turning. Is that Sideshow Nolan Joker? That's a soft goods statue. That's six scale.
It's 6 scale.
It's 6 scale.
There's something about the head that I'm not crazy about.
I think it might be the best one.
I don't think so.
So it's a statue basically with soft goods, and it comes with 2 sets of arms, where he's just sitting there like this, or
Yeah,
he's,
saw it.
or he's clapping.
Yeah,
But it's like $700.
Oh, no.
yeah. No, there's something about the head that doesn't sit right with me, so to speak.
I just thought that was interesting. Obviously, Padme was awesome to be able to see
Star
that.
Wars killed it.
Yeah.
Kit Fisto,
Which is funny because, like, the Black Series, they showed nothing.
nothing. Movie year.
Nothing. They didn't show. Well, are they not going to put out any filler characters behind? Or are they going to make a fucking Bodhi, Bobby?
They
going to make a Bodhi?
No, they're not. I'll tell you right now, they're not.
We couldn't get the license for one guy.
Yeah, they showed the Padawan Luke, for lack of a better term. Bespin Luke without the jacket.
Did I see? Hang on.
Like where he's wearing like a wife beater, for lack of a better term.
Okay. And then they showed that new 8-inch soft goods line, which
Yes.
$80
the
a
hyper
piece.
real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check out them. I'm gonna check out the Vader. That's like easy, check out, and then we'll see.
Yeah. Did you see that Unicron was there, Bobby?
I heard. I got a PM
okay.
or two.
Okay.
I did see that.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
I don't care.
It's not.
Right. I know you don't care.
Don't care.
It's not that much
Like,
money.
what? I mean, haven't they had a Unicron before?
I mean, they had an Armada.
Not like
one,
this
never
one.
They had a
one.
toy,
Okay.
for lack of a better
This looks
term.
much
Yeah.
better, but not like how much is it? $600.
$575.
How big is
Yeah.
Hey, here's something
28
interesting.
inches.
Listen to this. I don't know if you know this.
This big.
BBTS is taking pre-orders for that. It's like $150 or $200 more, and there's a $150 non-returnable deposit. But if it doesn't fund, you don't get charged. But when it funds, you get charged a deposit. Think this through now. If you don't have the money right now, they're giving you an option to basically
pay more.
You're paying more, but you can save up more
That's
than
true.
2 months worth. Because that's what a lot of
true.
people's complaint is. I've got 2 months to come up with this money, and my budget's $100 a month for toys. Well, I can see that.
I buy Zeta.
But you know what that makes me ask? How many of those backers are BBTS?
Oh,
Well,
I thought it was a limit.
I think somebody mentioned this. It might have been the analyzer Brian Brink that there were. I almost guarantee you, Brian's got some sort of
Show me the
web
numbers.
alert set up. Yeah, where he's tracking. Like he said, there was like a weird 300 piece. I think 300 number spike just like overnight or something. So it might have been
How many
that,
do they
probably.
need to sell?
8,000, which is a high
Jesus.
number.
They needed
they're
to
close
do.
though, right?
It was 5 for the
No.
barge, right?
They're not.
Not yet.
Wow.
They did 5,000. They needed 5,000 for the barge, and that funded like a week or two before the cutoff.
Yeah.
And that fan base throws money.
Oh, they do. They do. Obviously
I
the,
hear.
the Transformers,
Transformers.
fan base doesn't. I mean, it's
They burn money.
listen. The people who collect mainline stuff, and this isn't a knock on anybody,
Yeah, it is.
but it's a stretch. No. Let's pretend for a minute you live in this vacuum, and there are people who do, and you don't even know third party exists. You don't know third party Transformers are in the world. So all you collect is mainline. You go to Walmart, you go to Target, you buy, whatever's on the shelf. And all of a sudden, you go from at the most spending, I think the new Jetfire is like $80. You go from spending $80 is the most you're ever going to spend in your mind on a toy, and then all of a sudden, here's this for 4 times that much. I mean, I could see that being a big chunk, right? So, in my mind, I'm like, well, y'all motherfuckers pay that much for a combiner. What's the problem? I mean, that's how I approach it in my mind. But there's people who don't know that exists.
If you play it the barge way, though, I mean, that's the same thing. A couple $100 for a 3 3/4 vehicle.
If that's not the name of this episode,
And I don't
play
see
it
a
the barge way.
combiner. I don't see a combiner as the same thing as a CityBot or Unicron.
Why is that? From an engineering standpoint?
No, it's 5 to 6 robots to me.
yeah,
It's
right.
5 to 6 figures.
But how many people?
I do.
Well, he's saying that the people that are saying, well, we buy combiners for that much. He's saying that those aren't the people that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the target audience. I mean, and I don't know what the target audience is. It's adult collectors, obviously.
I would guarantee.
Audience that shop at Target.
Yeah,
Did
No, I don't
Zeta
think
drop
so.
the price yet?
I guess that's
Of what?
that is the target
Of their
audience.
Unicron.
they haven't
ultimately,
revealed
but-
a full Unicron yet.
What do you mean?
Oh,
They
I
showed
thought-
a head.
I thought they showed some
Zeta?
bits too, like to show that it has some bodies to it.
Zeta, they showed the head, as far as I know.
And then
And
I saw
I
some
saw
bullshit
spikes and
image
stuff, which
today.
means it's like
From what I know, and I could be wrong, but they showed the head, and then the fandom has brought up these images that popped up last December of a full body and the alt mode. Now,
from Zeta or from somewhere else.
from a designer, and you know this designer, and I know this designer, and most people know of this designer. But the fandom is making the correlation between the two. It may not be the same. It could be, though, because there is a relationship between that designer and that company. Because, I mean, it's by, 4th, 5th, 6th party means of how I got the Vortex from Bruticus early is via that designer, ultimately. But, I can't. And they retooled the Superion. Yeah, that one. That's the one that was from last December.
Yeah.
Any other hot topics?
I mean, there's a lot to go through.
Okay.
Is there anything that you necessarily want to weigh on before you roll?
Cats.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
The trailer.
I haven't seen it.
Dude, I went on a
I heard it's terrible.
15-minute tirade at 1 o'clock in the morning.
I heard they're like, it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, kind of like they're like proper cat size.
Oh, dude,
But that's
yeah.
not the
No.
problem.
You
haven't
That is not
seen
the
it?
problem.
No.
That's what
Oh
you're
my
saying,
God.
watch it. It's
You
fucking-
gotta watch it.
It's horrifying.
Yeah.
It's
fucking
listen.
nightmare fuel.
Let's watch it in real time.
No, because if we get flagged,
Well, listen. Just put the headphones on. Plug the headphones into your phone.
they're plugins.
God damn it.
No, I don't want yours. But I'll tell you what, So, I blame Hugh Jackman.
I'm there opening day.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
This is the man that said the musical is back. He doesn't say that. We go back in time and shut that man's mouth. This doesn't happen.
Hey, Bobby.
musical
I got
is
news
great.
for you. The musical never left.
The music is fucking great. That's not the problem.
No, the music's not great. Have you heard Jellicle Cat? It's trash.
I like it.
Jellicle Cat, Jellicle. We got the Jellicle Cat. No,
I like
terrible.
musicals, man. I watched the live. I have the
don't.
tape of the VHS
Sad as fuck.
of Cats.
I remember when that came
Really?
out. I was working at the video store. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
You lived in a one fucking room apartment with 13 other people, and you wanted to pray for the window seat, and you had fucking Cats on VHS. That's bullshit.
Sounds like a priority issue to me.
So the question is how many furries are going to be created by like
But this
everybody?
is not furry. This is
Yeah, it's
fucking
very
awful.
no, it's furry.
It will be.
Listen,
No,
it
it's
may not be
different. Furry's a
furry.
thing.
It's got furry tendencies
It's
for sure.
Whose
Jason.
idea is this? It's fucking awful.
Andrew Lloyd Webber, is that his name?
Yeah, he wrote Cats, which is like it is his like most trash piece
it's
ever.
It's his idea.
I think it shows you just because you can do something, you probably
Yeah,
shouldn't.
shouldn't, yeah.
And that shows it. Same with the Lion King, actually. So,
Yeah, dude, my baby loves Lion King.
Real quick on SDCC, I know we're probably going to get into specifics, but it was, from everything I saw, it seemed to be a very toy-centric show.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of media stuff
There
there.
wasn't. Like Marvel and DC barely had a presence.
No
It's
trailer,
DC
no trailer presence.
Yeah, because Disney's doing their own thing now.
Yes, but Marvel had a panel in Hall H. They just didn't have any trailers. DC didn't have.
Oh,
I
let's-
don't even think DC had a Hall H panel.
They
I could be.
couldn't have-
I could be wrong.
So let's talk about Thor real quick, just real quick.
Well, we got to do the whole bit.
All right, well, I'm about to roll out. So let me do
All right,
the
let's
Thor.
just do the whole bit then. We'll do it right now. We'll just jump ahead to it
All
right
right.
now. It's not that much. So they did reveal the first part of the timeline, which is for Phase 4 and
Black Widow, I think.
Yeah, that's the first one.
Yep, Black Widow, and then fall of 2020 is The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
That's a Disney Plus show.
Yes.
Which we already knew about.
Yes.
We talked about that.
November 6, 2020 is The Eternals.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm concerned with because I don't know that. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward
I
to
would
it.
say that's going to be in the fucking Guardians pocket. It'll be fine. February 2021 is Shang-Chi.
Won't be happy.
Spring.
Won't be happy with
it. Tom Cruise is a credible actor. I think he's going to do a good job. And
We'll see if he survives Top Gun 2, right?
spring 2021 is WandaVision. That's the show. Supposed to be a 50s kind of styled. Like,
Dude,
so
what
it
if
might
he
be,
goes crazy? And
it might be based on that comic.
it'd be great.
May 7th, 2021 is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
And that's supposed to be the
sounds
first
awesome.
horror movie.
Yes, they say that, but I'm saying I'm suggesting this. This is where they should fix all of the community debate.
Okay.
This is where they should settle what is black and white in this universe in regard to Endgame.
Okay.
Like, the name is there, they can do it. Like, it's all there. I feel like that's my prediction.
You think that's going to be the flashpoint opportunity?
That's my prediction. Well, I think it's just going to be like it's going to be black and white as to what.
Well,
is,
we heard you the first time.
what is the situation?
Where's the
is
yellow?
Is there 3 universes or is there 2?
Right.
Never
Or is there
No
infinite?
brownies.
You know,
some
whatever
multi-
it is.
Well, I mean, Doctor Strange has already established that there's infinite.
Well,
In the
I'm
first
sorry,
movie.
realities from that
Okay.
event.
Yeah. Is there how many different
How many is it? 3.
splinter universes?
Right.
Gotcha.
So Loki is spring 2021. That's a show. What If is a show. 2021 summer. Hawkeye is a show that.
Hang on. Did you look at that logo?
Yes.
Did that logo look familiar?
Yes.
So that logo is the Matt Fraction.
Yes.
Logo.
So that's cool. And if they introduce
Talking
Kate
about for
Bishop
Loki?
that way, I think that'd be for Hawkeye.
Oh,
If they
okay.
introduce Kate Bishop that way, I think that would be cool too. However, let me tell you something. I am about as interested in this as I am in his album that just dropped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Jeremy Renner's a bona fide
Hawkeye's
pop
out.
star.
It's fucking rocking, bro.
Yeah.
I can't wait to listen to that.
And
On
then
the way home.
November 5th, 2021 is Thor Love and Thunder,
Just in time for my birthday, I get some Natalie Portman.
who is returning, and she's going to.
Be Jane Foster Thor.
Yep.
All right. So
She's going to bulk up.
my
she said.
she's 10, 15 pounds of muscle max.
She
So
weighs 85 pounds already, so that's going to
so
be massive.
I'm cool with them bringing female Thor. That's fine. The title of Love and Thunder, fucking dumb. That
I think they're. I agree, but I think they're thriving off of this '80s rock thing
Yep.
that they've kind of
what I got
established
from
with
them.
Ragnarok.
Yeah, hopefully by the time we get there, they're like, yeah, we're gonna change it.
But
We're gonna go a different direction.
and Valkyrie is going to be the first outward lesbian within the universe. Like,
I think so.
Yeah, they said that as well. And so there's like rumors that this is building up to like the like a Thor army, like that this is getting ready for Valkyrie Thor,
Beta Ray Bill coming,
Beta Ray Bill
hopefully,
Thor,
Beta Ray Bill.
That'd be great.
the frog.
It's gonna be horrifying to see Beta Ray Bill in 3D.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It'd be all right. Better than cats.
Don't hire that animator.
Jellicoe frog. Then,
Dude, you see the thing I posted on Nerd Rage about animator. It's not an animator's fault. It's the director or direction's fault. Like it was a 3D. Like people complaining about all these bad CG that's coming out.
Yeah.
And the animators are like saying, "No, it's not our fault. We do what we're told."
Hey, Joe.
This is McDonald's.
Don't make excuses for them. Have
Like,
you
we-
seen
we
the
don't-
Sonic trailer?
And exactly, they're like, we get told to make that because we're.
They should be like,
we're
no.
we're hired
They're
to
doing
make
their
whatever
job.
they
No.
tell
They're
us to do.
freelancers, right? Yeah.
Because they're the same people who makes good shit. It's the same studio.
Yeah, it's like it's just like that picture of a horse. It says when my client asks to make it cheaper,
yeah.
and it goes to a stick horse at the end. So
Exactly.
if they're like, here's your full horse budget, here's your kind of in the middle of the stick horse budget. Okay, here you go. I mean, if somebody comes to me and says I have X amount of money, I'm going to say here's your options to get what you want done. I mean,
He's a
the
phone.
same thing for you, right? With your artwork. So
Yeah.
I definitely see
So
that.
like it sucks for animators to get
30?
blamed.
Let me get a couple weeks to get the money together.
dude.
I want a custom vehicle just like the Twisted Metal car.
With a clown.
With a clown on
spring.
top. All right, what's your budget? $20. Okay, I've had that. That's legit happened to me.
Wow.
The
That's trolling you?
there was other
No,
information that
just
came out
said
from
no
that Hall H panel as well. The Blade is coming, but
Yeah, won't be part of the
won't be
MCU.
It's gonna be Cottonmouth.
and won't be part of Phase 4 specifically. Like they haven't ruled out, I think, anything else.
Okay.
And it's
so
rattled.
it is MCU?
I don't know if it's black and white, But
Well, Blade
Copper,
is definitely black.
We heard you the first time. Bob.
Copperhead is Blade.
Yeah.
Just so they've killed that link, I guess. Or unless Copperhead is Blade.
Well, I mean,
Hey, Wesley, there's a lot of Wesley Snipes Blacklash. Am I saying that?
Blacklash, yeah.
Yes, I got to use
Wesley
it.
Snipes Blacklash.
But he put out a statement and said, basically,
happy
It's all good.
yeah, it's time. It's time.
he blessed the.
He's older.
I haven't
too.
Yeah.
seen him late. I'm hoping they put him in some sort of cameo role.
That'd be
Or
nice.
something.
They got it.
Blade
They
from
got
another
it.
Like
reality,
Blade's
maybe.
Blade's father.
Blade's.
Blade's father, yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, that would mean he'd be a vampire.
Like he just
Full
has he just
vampire.
has a shirt.
Wait,
that-
didn't he meet
just-
his father?
He just has a
in
shirt.
one of the movies? But that's not canon anymore.
No, his mother.
His mom.
Well, I know he met his mom. Is Sanaa Lathan.
He just has a shirt
From
on that
Love and
says
Basketball.
"Don't watch Part 3." Just walk and he's
I
walking in
like
the
part
background.
3.
I like part 3 too.
I like the
I like
whole,
Blade Trinity.
I like all 3 of those
Yep,
movies. I
same.
think they're
The
very
third one
fucking
is
entertaining.
trash.
It's not. It's
trash.
fun
to watch.
It's got Triple H in it.
Even worse.
And that dog was way creepy.
And Dracula was dumb.
Yeah, he was. He's a fucking snake. What?
Is that worse or Van Helsing's Dracula
yeah.
worse?
Oh,
I don't know.
There you go.
Both bad.
dude, Van Helsing was one of those movies that I was excited to see until I saw it, and I walked out of the theater like, holy! Why was I ever excited to see this film?
Yeah.
It just took the wind out your sails.
It did.
There was
It did.
talk also of Fantastic Four and talk of X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was like as they finished up the show, Kevin Fraggle.
Fright Night,
Finkster,
that's his name. Was like
Finkhorn.
said
Flavortown.
and like he checked his watch, like, and we don't have any time for mutants. So that'll wrap it up. So like
We said the M word.
yes. So
First
like
time he said
Fucked
that.
up.
yeah. So but maybe it's coming sooner than we, and there was some mention of Fantastic Four, but I don't know exactly what it was.
He
But
said they're definitely going to be, if I remember right, he definitely confirmed that they're going to be in the MCU.
they should.
There's a movie
this
planned,
is-
is what he said.
This is
Somebody said.
this is the time to bring them in my opinion.
Goddamn right.
You think they'll bring him in as one of the phases, or just do their own little?
Well, because I'm looking at this, like in this lineup, and I read this lineup, and now what we're not accounting for is there's definitely a Black Panther 2 sitting in there somewhere, and there's definitely a Guardians 3 sitting in there somewhere that they're not
Right.
talking about.
Captain
They're
Marvel
doing 3
too.
movies a year, and they're not showing 3 movies a year.
Huh.
Spider-Man 3?
Probably,
It's got to be.
but not in the next 2 years.
You can watch
But
it
no.
today. We can talk
Sony,
about
watch
it.
it
they
tonight,
got to make $1 billion on Spider-Man first. So Far From Home has to make $1 billion, or
Is that the
Sony's
sequel
doing their
rule?
own.
Oh, that was the.
Yeah, that's
Are
the
they
deal.
close?
I'm sure they're probably pretty close.
Well, I chipped in my $20 tonight.
Yes,
I won't
I
count
mean,
the fees that they
if
charge.
you guys went and saw it on time,
So the question is there anything in this that jumps out to you to be excited for, specifically?
I'm looking at the Eternals, only because it expands
Black
that-
Panther 2, you're out.
Yeah, well,
It's not in there.
I need
No, but it is though. That's what I'm saying. They're not mentioning everything, but let's say Black Panther 2 is in there. Let's say Guardians 3 is in there.
I tell you what, Guardians 3,
Guardians
Doctor
3,
Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and also overall worldwide, Avengers Endgame finally did it.
Yeah, they
They
did.
did
I
it.
saw that.
So
God damn it.
so let me say this: of the new shit, you're doing whiteface. Of the new shit, like what is exciting to you?
James Foster's Thor.
So that's Thor.
Yeah.
So what about the new shit?
I'll be honest. Like I'm
What's
intrigued
new?
to
Part-
see.
what about
Eternals.
what about
I'm
the-
intrigued to see that.
Eternals and Shang-Chi.
I'm intrigued to see.
I guess.
Now, listen,
I guess Shang-Chi. Because fuck. God, fuck.
there was a lot of TV shows on that list, right?
A
So,
lot of TV
so I mean, I'm excited to see what they do with these characters in a TV format.
and Black Widow.
All right, Far From Home is $8 million away from $1 billion.
Oh, they got
It'll
it.
get
They
there.
got it.
Are you excited about?
Go again.
Are you excited about Black Widow moving?
Not at all.
No.
Me
Only
neither.
because it's a little too late.
I
She's
agree.
getting a little too old for
Yeah,
me.
and she should have had
Not
that
for me.
origin story years ago. So
I
think-
agree. I
yeah.
agree. Are you excited about WandaVision show?
I'm not
Yeah,
excited
yes.
about WandaVision in the movies.
Are you
I
excited?
like WandaVision in the movies.
Really? I
Yeah.
can't.
Are you
I like them.
are you excited about the show?
If I have the service already, I would watch.
Oh,
But right,
I'm
but
not sure if I have the service though.
but are you excited about it?
Excited. I don't get excited about much anything.
Okay. So are you excited about Hawkeye? The show?
way off.
Definitely not.
Me neither.
That's a decimal point.
It was-
they
it
only
was-
322 million.
If it was Ronan, I would be interested.
Okay. So are you excited about What If the series?
Yes, actually,
I am
I'm
excited
very
about that.
excited.
I am
I love
excited
those
about
comics.
I'm hoping it's going to have kind of a
I'm not excited about that at all.
I think I'm hoping it's going to have kind of a, and I'm not comparing.
comics were very bad.
But I enjoyed the comics.
I enjoy the comics too because like they explore premise you can't explore otherwise.
They're bad.
Some
They're
of them
pretty
are
bad.
good. Some of them are bad.
They're fun.
In that note, I got to
they're
roll
bad.
out, guys.
Yeah. All right.
Appreciate it.
It was good seeing you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice tits. Yeah, I can tell you've been working out. Don't forget to take your headphones off. They're smart ass.
Subconsciously, I started walking around and choking Bobby.
You want to take the head table seat?
Yeah, if you want to move them around, and
You get a head honcho table.
But I guess my point is that like
Soak up as much of my white privilege over there.
No, my credit score's getting higher the closer I get.
I guess my point is I'm not really excited about this lineup.
Well, Bobby, what would you? And I'm not saying it because the way you seem to hate everything lately, but
Yeah.
What would have made you excited in this phase? Considering they're trying to just do different shit, they're not giving you
Fantastic
Ant-Man
Four would
3.
have made me excited.
Okay, fair enough.
Moon Knight would have made me excited.
That would have been great.
That's been something that's been rumored around. You know, there's a lot of things
Yeah,
that
Moon Knight would be good. I don't care about Fantastic Four.
you know, even with fucking like this Netflix shit just being like, let's just pretend it never happened.
Are they sure? Did they say that?
I don't. Yeah. Is it from Sideshow?
Damn.
I mean, I already knew they left. And then the let's see. I mean, there's is it like a Daredevil movie that would have made me excited.
Too soon.
I think it's too soon after Netflix did that, which sucks.
I don't know.
wish they included
I don't-
Netflix in the MCU because I think they had relatively good casting. With
I agree.
relatively.
especially-
Charlie Cox, I know.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Deadpool 3 would have made me excited.
Yeah.
Or X-Force. X-Force would have made me really excited.
Yeah, I just feel like
But you can't do X-Force with X-Men.
Like the Eternals, Hawkeye, Black Widow, What If, Loki.
I think all this was
Like,
planned before they sealed the deal there.
well, maybe.
Also, I just trust them at this point.
But Moon Knight, and I'm not saying I'm going to go, and I'm expecting them all to be good. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, excitement wise,
Excitement, yeah.
there's nothing there. Except
Yeah.
the thing I'm most excited for is Falcon and Winter Soldier show.
Right, but you know, Joe Casual is
That's
going to
me.
be like, he'll be as excited for Moon Knight as he is for any of this other shit because he doesn't know what Moon Knight is.
Maybe,
Marvel
but
has
this-
that equity already they, with the fans.
Yeah, they've hit
Casual.
critical mass. They
That-
don't
like
need
you
to say
said-
much.
like
Like
you
when you
said,
put out a
just
Marvel
trust them.
movie, you're just going to go watch it.
But this isn't for the casuals. You know what I mean? Like this is at SDCC.
Understand?
Like I just feel like
SDCC is pretty fucking mainstream, bro.
I agree, but it's not fucking. It's
Hell,
this,
my
this-
shit's there even.
it's
pretty mainstream.
it's not just a standard press release for shareholders and casuals. Like this is a fan event that they gave this information at.
Do you think it's because this stuff is already, like you said, has been already in production or is already on the books right now? So they have to just, hey, this is what we got coming up. But they might surprise us in a couple months with, you know,
Like you said, not everything is on that list.
Right.
So this should be.
So this is the problem I come into when talking about Marvel. And I'm noticing it more and more recently. I can't have a conversation about a topic without it turning into a different course of action regarding the topic. So,
What do you mean?
So let me allow me to explain. So right now I'm trying to ask: is this an exciting lineup, and are we excited about what they've given us? And it's been turned into everything but answering the question.
No, I answered you.
well, I think
like,
I think the general consensus is nobody's really excited about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's build on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was saying that to get to this.
Got it. Do it.
But everybody went on defense because Marvel's very popular, and I get it, and I'm so happy for it.
No, it's for me. I'm just not excited about shit in general. Like that. Like I said that earlier. I'm like I'm just not. the type to
Except
get
that they had mentioned Deadpool 3 or
Yeah.
X-Force.
Yeah.
That's my
Which-
point.
which is X-Force
everybody
is
is
Deadpool, yeah.
everybody is excitable.
Yeah, with a
Right.
specific
Sure.
something. Yeah.
So my point is this: I think they know this is a bullshit lineup, and I think they kept the excitement for later.
Yeah.
I think this was just a paint by numbers. We have shit coming, but the uppercuts,
shit
these are
that's not on the
jabs and
list.
hooks,
Yeah.
and the uppercut they're waiting for.
That makes sense. So they've done like look a Super Bowl trailer, something like that. You know, when they know all eyes will be there. It's SDCC.
Dude, why is eating us up?
It's the two C's.
Yeah, and it's
And
one of those
S.
things where they have to make some type of presence known. They don't have to release all the good stuff. Like you said, no trailers, right?
None.
They've got footage that they could have shown. I'm sure, like Black Widow or something. But
Here's the deal: D23 is the Disney's new gimmick, and they're going to show more Marvel stuff there. They're going to show more Star Wars stuff there, and I think CCCC. I can't stop saying
100 cc's, I think. Is what it's called.
100 cc's of SDCC stat. I think that it's just my complete opinion. I think you're going to see them moving all their shit to their own thing. I mean, why would they?
This could be the first step in that, too.
It could be. I mean, last year they did that. They popped some stuff
They had
off.
trailers, though.
Okay, but at D23 they showed
At D23, they showed footage that they didn't release publicly. That's
for
where they
Star Wars or Marvel.
For Marvel.
Okay.
For Star Wars, I don't think they had anything because nothing was coming.
Well, luckily we have a close friend now who goes to every convention. Every weekend he goes to a different convention. So Caleb,
Yeah.
I know you're listening out there, buddy. You can let us know how D23 is.
Because that Rise of Skywalker trailer is definitely going to hit at D23, and I don't know.
How wild would it be if they said, "No trailer, just come watch"?
I think it would be a very poor move, and like not for us, but like I think they rolled Solo out poorly. I think that's one of the reasons why it performed poorly.
Because the movie was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
But they didn't roll it out like.
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, dude, I was at work and talking to people, and I'd be like, no one's gonna ask. I'm like, what about Solo? And they're like, is it Solo's out?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like it was that sort of response. Like that shit just wasn't marketed right.
I've noticed that, and that's a good point. So, Toy Story 4 came out, and I didn't even. I knew it was. I knew it was coming out,
Yep.
but I didn't know like, oh, it came out this weekend. And I seem to have that more and more as shit that's not super hardcore nerdy that we care about.
Yeah.
It's like these movies come out, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's out on video. I don't even remember that coming out in the
It's because we don't watch any commercials.
That's
I
part
don't
of it.
watch
That's
TV,
part of it.
But I
I
don't
have
think
no
people do
commercials.
generally anymore.
I think you're wrong. I think
Tell
we
you
watch
what,
TV.
I catch myself sometimes just, I'll veg out on the couch and end up watching, 7 hours of Property Brothers or whatever. No, it's not Property Brothers. It's
But yeah,
Property
it's
Brothers.
just-
But
then
but
you should see
but-
commercials with
Yeah,
it.
but it's the same commercials over and over. It's like they have four
it's
commercials.
daytime TV. Are you watching it at night?
Yeah, yes, and both.
Because
Both.
I assume
But it's
these
during the
kind of
day.
things would
It's
be at night. Are you hurt or
Science,
injured?
Science and Kirk, and
Yeah.
and my walk-in bathtub, and I've fallen and I can't get up.
Mesothelioma,
Yeah, mesothelioma.
diabetes.
It's diabetes, and it's hearing protection for the
For the
troops
with a faulty earplugs.
what's it called? It starts with a T. I don't remember.
Tinnitus.
And then there's another one. Oh, the bladder mesh failure. Yeah, kind of
But
going on here.
If Marvel keeps following the same formula that they've been doing, which is 3 movies a year, we're missing one for 2020.
What do we have for 2020? Black Widow, what else? And the Eternals. That's what it
Black
was.
Widow and the Eternals. And then we're missing one for we're missing one for 2021. They just showed Doctor Strange and Shang-Chi, and then they showed Thor. So they showed 3 for 2021.
Would it be bold to say that they're going to surprise us with a mutant movie somewhere in there?
I think
That's why he said that. No time for mutants.
They might have one in the chamber.
See, that would be an
would-
uppercut.
That would, yeah,
That would have
into
been
the spike pit.
that would have been had they said that had they said anything like that, that would be how people referred to this show. It was the year that they talked about the X-Men,
Right.
Or, you know what I mean?
Question. With that being said, isn't before the merger, Fox had started production on New Mutants, right? Mm-hmm. So is there any way that they could do something with that?
Oh, man, I don't take anything
I heard
from
that.
Fox, please.
I heard that New Mutants is written as a horror movie.
Yeah, that's,
and
they kind of had to back it down.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That might be something that just randomly shows up on the
Yeah.
Disney Plus one day.
I'm guessing that's going to be straight.
Okay.
To DVD.
Hey, look what we remembered. We
By
had.
the way, from the vault.
Remember when we bought Fox? Well, this came with it. It's like
We're putting out Lady and the Tramp 85th anniversary edition and New Mutants. This week.
it's like your brother gets a new house. He's like, hey, this cat was hanging out in my house. You want to take it home? I think it probably has rabies and bites.
So let's move on to some other stuff. Anything else from SDCC? The strong guy and the Wolfsbane from Marvel Legends.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you are an X-Men collector of the Marvel Legends, you are a very happy person.
Yeah,
there's
it's coming
a ton
together.
of stuff.
So Top Gun 2. Anybody watch that trailer?
I did.
What do you think? What do you think?
So growing
Take
up,
your breath away.
it did. I kind of felt like I was in the danger zone while I was watching it. I'm not going to break down Top Gun, but I have some psychoanalysis of that movie. We'll get to maybe some other time.
Oh, he's a
But-
real maverick over here.
But
Dude, I'm cold, man. I'm a nice man.
and I'll tell you where I got this
You
from.
got my goose
There's-
on that one.
Oh, good.
There's a sort of God. You're supposed to be helping, not hurting. There's a Quentin Tarantino. It's a movie. It's not a Quentin Tarantino movie, but he's in the movie, and it's a scene at a party. In the party,
I'm thinking.
He's talking to somebody, and it's very Quentin Tarantino style. And he's talking about how Top Gun has these homosexual undertones because the way he bites his, and then she dresses like a girl, and then he gets with her, or she dresses like a man, she gets with her. And that's a theory. But the trailer looks good. It looks interesting. My brother is a huge fan of Top Gun. Like back in the day, that was his favorite movie. He had the soundtrack. So he was like super excited about it. Apparently, there's no CGI. It's all like practical stuff. With
Tom Cruise likes to do his own stuff.
He flew the jets.
Yeah, he likes to do.
Did
stuff
he?
like that.
He did fly the jets.
He broke his leg or something on Mission Impossible doing his own stunts.
Yeah, and that's why his movies take so long to come out because he keeps getting fucking hurt.
I don't know if he certainly didn't do any of the stunt flying, obviously, and I don't know how much of the flying he did in the movie.
Stunt cock.
But he did fly the jets for like training for the film. I don't know if he flew any in the actual movie.
He's trying to be Keanu Reeves so bad.
It ain't gonna happen. Nope.
As long as he's affiliated with that church, he's done. Let's see what otherwise trailers. Did you see the Star Trek trailer?
The Picard trailer?
Mm-hmm.
I saw part of it.
I am excited for it.
I watched. I read an article about all the people that are supposedly supposed to be in
exactly
it.
because I love Next Generation.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, like it doesn't. It's not my bag.
It's not my bag either.
I don't want it to be that guy, but when I see things like this, I just worry. Like,
you think it's
how long
be,
till he fucking dies?
You think it's going to be Old Man Logan in the Star Wars?
No,
Star
I just realistically look at the actors and be like, you can drop that any moment.
That's true. Yeah,
I think these people have ways to keep themselves alive a little longer than we're allowed.
We have CG now. We can just fucking put his face on other people.
I do want to go back and look at the most recent Star Trek movies. I know all of them.
The JJ ones?
Yeah.
They're good.
Just because. I've seen the first
them.
one, and I think I saw Khan or whatever that one was. I need to go back and watch all of them.
Except Doctor Strange in the second one.
I like the second one. People hate it, but I like it.
I like it. I love it.
One of the most terrifying parts of my childhood was Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
Yeah,
those
bugs.
I can't deal with that. Like, I had nightmares about that shit. To this day, I don't like to watch it.
That year that the third Star Trek movie came out, like it was far from my favorite movie.
Is that the Spock where Spock dies in it? Or is that the whales? The whales is in
no, not the original.
The new
not the
one.
original. The new ones, the JJ ones.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, with a white face chick.
Yes.
Not white face, but you know.
You're talking about
Dude, don't. Dude.
what was her name?
Not okay.
She was also the mummy queen.
Typhoid
Mummy.
Mary. You're
Yeah.
not talking about Typhoid Mary, are you? She was
Think
in.
of a name.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, that movie, I remember Adam and I had to reluctantly say it was the best movie of the summer, but it was only about like the actual release dates of films and where summer cut off. Like there was like a couple really good ones before it and a couple really good ones after it, but we had to say it was the best movie of the summer because it was our only option.
Was that Beyond? Star Trek Beyond, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like
I
that.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I liked it too. I liked it too.
I would watch more movies in that universe.
It was the Beastie Boys I could have done without. The Beastie Boys saved the day.
Oh yeah, he's super sensitive to soundtracks.
Yeah, that's true. The Henry Cavill Witch show.
I watched the trailer. I don't know.
Not interested.
I don't know.
interested.
I wanted to like it.
I'm a
didn't do anything
big fan
for
of the fucking game.
It
And
did.
Did
it do anything for you?
This makes me not.
It's a
This is
bastard.
anti doing something for me. What did I call it? Turning me off.
Right.
Because it's not like the game.
Is it Jimmy from Witcher?
Witcher. Yeah, Witcher.
See what I did there, Jimmy?
But it's wrong. Like, man,
It's wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah.
It's not what I know.
It's a flurge.
And then
Get your dicks off.
the trailer for the sequel that I'm most excited for was shown, which is Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Oh, is that a sequel or is that a reboot?
It's a sequel. So,
But it's called
So-
a reboot.
it's called a reboot because in the movie, the people that tried to make the first Jay and Silent Bob movie are rebooting it as like this super dark and gritty superhero universe.
So it's a inception of itself.
yeah,
I fucking love it.
yeah.
I'm
And
37.
and they're going to stop it, and like it kind of looks like BVS is what it kind of looks like, you know. But like, dude,
I'm
I
looking
love
forward to it.
Check it out.
I love all the
Yeah, I'll be there opening night.
that series of movie.
My favorite scene in that is in the video store when he's ordering the porno and the lady's standing there with their kid. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? In Clerks.
Clerks, yeah.
Yeah,
I was going through my head. I was like, that's not Jay and Silent Bob, is it? Is it?
no, it's in Clerks.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
that always makes me think of that.
Yeah, dude. In Jay and Silent Bob, my favorite part is when they're in the back with like the animal activist people. Or the back. Have you ever seen it?
I've seen it once,
apes in
and
it. Is
it's
that
been
why?
so long ago.
They're in the back of the van with the animal activist people, and like that guy singing the song, and yeah, dear Mr. Science Guy, don't spray those chemicals in my eye. I don't want to die. I'm a noble rabbit.
Is that Jane Silent Strikes Back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hey man, would you fuck a sheep? And they're like, what the fuck? What? He's like, what? The guy's like, what the hell is your problem, little boy? And he's like, no. He's like, no. If you were like a male sheep, would you fuck a female sheep? And he's like, oh, well, you say it like that, and you're goddamn right, I would. And then he opens up the van door and throws him out of the van. He's like, this motherfucker said he'd fuck a sheep. He's not one of us.
Dude, you know how when you have to put a power DVD in back in the day, or as you still do. If you leave it on it, play movie, setup, special, and they have a loop in the background, I'll never forget that because that DVD was in when I was having sex with this new girlfriend I had at the time, and we couldn't bother to turn it off. And in the back is just fucking Jay saying over and over again, "In the world gone mad, we don't spank the monkey will spank us." Over and over again. That's
a hell of a soundtrack.
That's during that part where he's like, because it was some acronym that was like Coalition for Liberating Intelligent, whatever it was, and it was like the acronym was CLIT, and Jay was like, I am the CLIT commander. I control that shit. Because he was actually talking about, because they were like, what do you think about the CLIT? It was so good.
great times.
Enough about the greatest movie of all time, though. Let's move on to.
Have you seen Tusk?
Yes.
It's weird that it's the same guy that made both those movies.
Yes, Tusk is it Husk?
No, it's Tusk.
This is the one with the super right wing group that lives
No, this is the one where a guy kidnaps another guy and try to surgically turn him into a walrus.
No,
I'm aware of this film.
Where is that?
Tusk.
What
by
about
Kevin Smith? Look it up. It's disturbing.
Holy shit,
Next movie we watch, Bobby.
I will definitely. Please,
I'm looking it up right now.
Please.
That sounds good.
And Chris,
just look at a picture of it. It's fucking nightmare time.
Chris is going to invite us over for dinner one night, and we're going to watch John Wick, I believe. He's very busy. He's very busy watching movies without me.
Yeah. He doesn't live next door,
Holy shit.
You seeing it?
That's a Kevin Smith?
Yeah.
I didn't realize he did that.
That's incredible.
You ever seen the one called? There's one called, I think, called Teeth, where girls' lady parts have teeth. Yeah.
Man, I thought I was weird.
Wow, no, that was a Blockbuster exclusive back in the day. That's what did him under.
All right, so we already talked about Phase 4. We talked about what's not going to be in Phase 4, which is Blade. Anybody watch the Watchmen trailer?
I think I saw.
It was a while ago. Or was it a new one?
No, the new
No,
one.
I didn't. No, I haven't seen the new one.
Fucking
Oh, now you're in because you weren't in before.
in. Looks great.
You changed your mind.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to watch it regardless.
Right, but you weren't excited for it.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with the. But I definitely get the impression that this is not tied to the movie universe at all.
Which
this
is good.
This is I think it's fine. This is picking up, in my opinion, just from looking at it. It's picking up from the comic book universe after the end of the comic, maybe 50 years later, or so 20 years or 10 years later, is my guess.
Speaking of that, a franchise that's not doing the movie but doing another series, Snowpiercer. Looks like at SDCC they announced a TV series.
A TV series for Snowpiercer.
Which is weird because the movie was a self-contained story.
Well, I think it's based on. I think there's a.
Is it the same
fiction.
universe? It looks like a whole different thing.
I don't know. I didn't watch it because the
the
movie was
really
good,
good.
but it's nothing I was ever going to watch more than once.
Right. That's why I'm wondering who decided to make a series out of it, and it was like a direct-to Netflix movie, wasn't it?
Maybe it was.
It wasn't a big movie.
Maybe it
even
was,
though Captain America was in it, and the Ancient One was in it also.
Maybe it was a cheap license to buy.
Maybe
The
because the actors weren't cheap in that movie.
Honestly, that might have been filmed before they ever were anybody, though. I don't
Tilda
know. Tyler
Swinton.
Tilda
Yeah.
Swinton.
I thought she was always been popular. And Ed Harris was
True, I don't know.
Mr. Wonka, not Mr. Wonka, but Mr. Wilford. There's a theory about that is a sequel to Charlie and Chocolate Factory.
No kidding.
What is Snowpiercer?
Yeah.
Really?
You should watch that YouTube video. It's pretty interesting.
Wow.
Well, that's
Superman.
Have you watched it?
I might have.
Okay.
I watch a lot of movies and fall asleep on them, so it happens.
Superman indeed returns. Brandon Routh is going to don the Superman suit again
Really?
for Crisis on Infinite Earths in the Flash show.
Okay.
Then
But he's already on that show, isn't it? Is he?
I thought they announced a bunch of people coming.
He's playing Kingdom Come Superman, so he's older And like, I think that's fucking cool.
That is fucking cool.
I'm not gonna watch it, but
It sounds like they're pulling a lot of actors from different DC franchises into it.
Yeah, they've done that over the course, and I've kind of caught up on the Flash and Supergirl series recently. Only actually based off hearing Adam talk about it on the show, and so I decided to go back and watch it. And so they are pulling a lot of former actors, like the original Flash and
Smallville guy?
Smallville, yeah, he was on there. And so they're reaching out to people.
It's interesting that they're doing that. They're taking advantage of these people while they're still, alive and kicking, so to speak.
The Superman from the Superman Returns with Kevin Spacey is going to be there too, right? I think.
Yeah, Brendan
Yeah,
Routh.
that's Brendan Routh.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Who plays the Adam in the DC.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay,
That's what I was saying.
That's what I was
I
saying.
just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure.
Tomorrow.
That's why I was confused when he said he'd be on it. I was like, he plays the Atom.
There was definitely people screaming at the show about what he played while they were listening. I guarantee it.
Well, actually.
Yeah, so no, they're probably just trying to like these motherfuckers don't know shit.
Actually.
All right, so and the last note is transitions. Doom Patrol renewed for season 2,
Cool, I guess.
which I wouldn't even include in the notes normally, but it's included on the DC streaming service and the HBO streaming service that's coming, the HBO Max or whatever it is.
I'm assuming DC's going to get rolled into the HBO Max.
That's what I'm saying too. Is that I think the writing is on the wall that this DC shit, its time is limited, and it's just going to get kind of go into the HBO Time Warner streaming, because what it ultimately is Time Warner streaming service. Time Warner owns HBO.
Okay.
Time Warner owns DC. So like,
and DC is not standing on its own legs very well. Seems like the surface anyway.
Yeah,
we don't know anyone who owns it.
Yeah, Adam.
Adams is someone else's password.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure.
Dude, that's HBO shit right there. HBO swag.
Remember I asked you a while ago if it's worth getting the DC Universe thing.
What was it?
The DC Universe app. What is it? The streaming service.
Yeah.
I talked to you about it a while ago, and I was on the fence. I was like, do they have enough content to justify me paying that to,
right?
I
think we were talking about it briefly last week or the week before. I think one of the bigger payoffs is that you get the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like, to me, that's like, Chris made the joke about you get the Shazam show from the 60s. Like,
Well, they were advertising. That's the original Shazam. And some dude in a fucking van with Joe's haircut. Sorry, Joe.
Well, there is like this like really niche audience for that sort of stuff, because like I remember when they brought back the 40s.
I only watch bad movies.
Like black and white Batman show.
And Superman.
Yeah, and Superman. Like they brought it in, like
People
it's
love
sold
that.
out and shit. Like there is this niche audience for it, but I'm not one of them.
Did you say a snitch audience?
Yeah, stop snitching is what I said.
Nice.
Because they came out of the mall with no bags. I brought that full circle. All right, and then we got some questions this week, and let me make sure. I think I try my best to keep them all. So forgive me if I missed. If I missed it, just write me again, and I'll apologize to you again. So this is from Sky. He says, let me get some of that Uncle Dolphin bathwater. Oh, that was from the week before.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. The next one was awesome episode as always. This is from Sky. Thanks for answering my Warhammer question, which we really didn't do a great job of.
No,
but,
not at all.
Yeah.
Horse heresy, motherfuckers.
That was the horse heresy.
Horse
I was
hair.
wondering, dude. What I love when I'm not on and I get to watch, listen to the episode, is seeing the title and see how it fucking pops up. Busy as Sith in the horse heresy. Amazing.
Horse hair C. That was fun to answer. And then Bobby, I don't know if you noticed when you were explaining that to me, I just had this glazed look.
Yeah,
I was
like this glass
I was
eye.
looking through him. I was like, what?
He said, for this week, do you have any shows that are guilty pleasures? My dad is a huge fan of 90 Day Fiancé, and I found myself enjoying The Bachelorette. What about you guys?
I just heard about 90 Day Fiancé from guys at work.
Dude, I'm trying to watch 90 Day Beyonce.
I'll do that.
Don't do that. Suck the baby. Don't do that.
Just him and her and Nala. Weird.
Weird flex, but okay.
I don't know. I'm not ashamed of anything I watch.
I don't really.
I watch some whack shit, but I'm not ashamed of it.
I watched that. The Make It Bring It Joy. I watched that shit.
Marie Con.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I
That
watched
actually got nominated
Everyone
for
watched it.
and whatever they
Emmy.
nominate shows for.
So I watched that.
Sex and the City is yours mainly.
Yeah, I enjoy Sex and the City.
And you don't mind saying it.
No.
Well, now, anyway.
Yeah, and I'll be like, dude, but I will say also the second movie's trash. First movie was.
I didn't even know it was 2 movies.
Yeah, first the second was really bad. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I watched. Like I'm a sucker for like white trash shows. Like if Jerry Springer's on, I'll watch it. If Maury's on, I'll watch it. But
Just
I
reminds you
don't.
of childhood a little bit.
Yeah. But I don't even have TV in my home, so like I rarely watch it. If I hang out with Singletary, then I usually get to watch it.
Well,
I
he
love
lives
daytime
by that.
television.
So, yeah.
I love talk show. The fucking, Judge
dude,
Mathis.
dude,
fucking-
when the dudes are not the father,
Oh
that's
my God,
my
Maury is the best.
favorite.
So I find
Favorite.
myself when I work from home, I often sit at the kitchen table and that Maury's on, and that's so.
It's amazing.
It's watching. It's literally watching a human car wreck.
Yeah.
Every
I
time.
love when they do a dance.
And I love it when they're always like, look at his nose. They got the same nose.
And then the audience, whole bunch of women in the audience, like, yeah, they do. It's like, and then to prove them all wrong, it's like, oh god.
This is the 8th time on here, so I'm sure this is the last dude I slept with.
I just want to reach.
It's happened.
Yeah, I know. I watched the show.
I just want to reach through the television screen and dap every single one of them on the way down.
You know,
back out.
you know,
Like,
more-
I just feel like we all win.
Yes.
until he's recently changed it up and brought some Star Wars flavor back to his channel. I think Bobby and Maury Povich actually had a similar path, and here's the path. All right. So for Bobby, the Transformer stuff does really good. For Maury, the Baby Mama stuff does really good. But Maury likes to do stuff that's not Baby Mama, and Bobby likes to do stuff that's not Transformers. But eventually they say, fuck it, I'm only going to do Transformers unless you pay me extra, and I'm only going to do DNA reporting because that's what people want to see.
Yeah,
but now I'm wondering if Maury's going to go, well, Skullface has gone back to Star Wars. Maybe I can slip in like a romance story. I enjoy Dr. Phil, except when it comes to like I don't like to watch the molestation stuff just because it's. I don't know.
Nobody likes.
But a lot of the time it's just people that are real
I'm
fucked
like,
up.
I love it. My favorite.
When he told that story about the bathhouse, I like Dr. Phil. I just like his.
I liked him on Joe
sensibilities.
Rogan. I liked him more after that.
Well, so it's funny. He has a podcast too, and he
Yeah.
interviews people, which is actually pretty entertaining. But he says the same stuff over and over. Like his dad was an alcoholic, and he's got all this baseline stuff, but he says it literally every episode. Like, dude, we know.
There's always new listeners.
So
Yeah, that is a thing.
here's the next one. Hey guys, been listening for a while now, and this is my. Unless anybody has any more guilty pleasure television.
Oh well, I watch a lot of bullshit sitcoms. And I mentioned it on here.
Hanging with Cooper and
Well, modern stuff, like,
Mr. Belvedere.
and I don't even know if it needs to be a guilty pleasure.
If it's on, I will leave it.
Yeah.
I think the CW shows would be it, but
Oh,
my
God.
daughter likes
Those are
that
guilty
stuff. So
pleasures.
if that's a way to get her kind of into superheroes, then I'll take that.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely,
You know.
yeah.
You can't do. We don't parent out on this show.
I
Okay,
do.
We
I
can't.
do.
We can't do like. Yeah, you know, I hate doing this, but me and the kids are.
No,
that gives you a pass on anything.
I watch it.
You're like-
I watch it when she's not there. Like,
Like I usually color with pastels. Like what? Like, but I do it with the kids.
kids.
Like, oh, fine.
my daughter likes it. So.
Yeah,
My Little Pony. I don't like it, but my daughter likes it. So
yeah. I've
Brony.
I've watched more of My Little Pony than I care to admit as
thankfully,
well.
mine hasn't gotten into it. So
I also watch. Speaking of trashy shows, like aside from Maury and shit, I will watch highlight clips of Love and Hip Hop. I'll admit it.
come on, man.
I'll admit it. I'll admit it.
Is Joe still on that show?
I don't think so, but I don't know because all I do is watch the YouTube highlight shows. So like, I don't even know what
I
season
haven't
I'm
read
in.
the synopsis of the list.
Yeah,
Bobby's the kind of guy that reads spoilers for reality TV,
that's true.
and I'm not lying.
I'm on the Reddit thread. So he said, "Hey guys, been listening for a while now, and this is my first question. I wanted to start out saying thanks to Bobby for all the CarMax love on the most recent episode as I worked there. Now on to the question.
Hang on, who is this from?
So this is the thing. I screenshot the questions
Because I know one person that works there,
yeah,
but it's not him.
Yeah, I don't remember. No, I don't think so.
Okay. Fuck y'all and your credit, by the way.
What are some specific things from Star Wars Legends that you would like to see come to canon? Evan just checked out. What are some of the things you guys think are best left forgotten? Me personally, I'd love to see the events of the Old Republic games be brought in, and I think that the fact that Chewbacca died in the books is best left forgotten. For instance, I agree with both of those.
I mean, a moon
sentiments.
landed on him. Kudos for me for knowing that.
Yeah. Kudos to you. Yeah,
Moon
but
landed
The
on him
moon
or
Yeah.
crashed onto him.
crashed. I was going to say landed. Sounds like on purposely like set
yeah,
down.
dude, it's not good, and that's during the worst, in my opinion, the
Is
worst.
Is it in that book that you
Zong-Bong.
couldn't finish reading?
But the-
No, that's True Bakura. That's 100%.
worse?
That's
That's
the
worse.
worst. Chupacabra is the worst.
It's during the Yuzhan Vong, right?
That's during the Yuzhan
So,
Vong. Look at you,
fun-
man.
Funny story. I got super deep into Star Wars at one point, and at that time I had like a 30 to 40 minute drive every day. So I gotten all the audiobooks of that series and had them on a fucking MP3 player that I had hooked up to my car. And it was I wasn't even that cool. It was like the kind, it was a little bitty one. Anyways, and I'd listen to those on the way back, and I just remember some of the voice acting. It was like they'd say the Jedi.
Oh yeah, the Jedi.
the Yuzhan. Yeah. So I thought that was I don't know. I enjoyed that, but I was listening to it instead of.
It's like Cobra Law.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Once a man.
Yeah, but like I had something I was going to.
Hang on a second, real quick. That almost comes off a little Star Trekky, though. That whole.
Yeah,
and not in a bad way. Just
I agree, but I think just the whole idea of like their ships were biological, their weapons were biological. There was something that you had said that I was going to interject with, but now I can't recall. I'll remember it when I'm listening back, and it'll drive me nuts a second time.
Star Wars related?
Something you just said while he was talking, but it doesn't matter. So. Do you? I know you don't.
I've said this before, and for everybody knows, I think Bobby's had these books almost 2 years now. There's three. There's 3 novels there.
Mm-hmm.
Laying down.
Yeah,
They're not standing
there.
up.
Yeah, that's
That's my. They don't belong to me. Take good care of them.
right. And this is the. I'm never gonna. That's a good. I enjoy that series.
So I think the Old
favorite
Republic
book
should come back. My general thoughts on the EU, aside from the Old Republic, which is great stuff. My general thoughts on the EU is that they had a lot of great characters and a lot of bad stories. Bring back as many of the characters as you can with new stories. That's my general approach. With the one exception, and I mean, there's a couple exceptions, but they can't do now. Like the Thrawn trilogy is something that they could have done that they can't do now. Legacy of the Force, something that they could have done that they can't do now. The Dark Horse Clone Wars saga, something that they could have done but they can't do now. And then Old Republic, which is something they still can do, and that story is good and the characters are good. So that's what I would like to see from them. But also the stuff that they did in the future, like they did like books that were like hundreds of years in the future, where it was like it was Skywalker's grandson or something.
I think they should just leave it where it is.
No, I think they should too. But if they were going to do comics or something, is where I would like to see it. Like there's a lot of cool characters in there, like the Darth Talon. Dude, even if they didn't want to do it in that era, like Darth Talon, Darth Crate, like some of these characters. If they
Crepe?
Crepes. Cool. He's an alien species. They're all shaped like skinny little pancakes. But
they use Bisquick.
If
that was good.
But if they could introduce those characters into a totally different time frame, because that canon doesn't matter anymore, but the characters are still cool. The character designs are still cool. They could interject them kind of wherever they wanted. I think that's how I think they should do it.
They could start the Desolation of Binks, the story about how Jar Jar took over the city.
Here we go.
So,
here we go.
I would be totally in for that.
You got a Hot Toy Shuri coming. She didn't even have a suit yet.
Hey, you mean the Science Sister?
Whoa, Science Sister? Or
Science Sister.
No. My wife didn't remember her name. She said, Black Panther's Science Sister. So that was funny. So
I
just
should come
call
on
her
her stand.
Science
Sister.
But does there an R on it?
There's an
Strong.
interchangeable R.
Oh, it comes.
It's a magnet. They like magnets.
Yeah, it's interchangeable nameplates, depending on where you stand there.
Patent pending.
We got one from Pool 5555, who's a cool dude, and we're supposed to speak on the phone, I think, when he gets back in the States. He's in Hawaii at the moment.
That's one of the states, Bobby.
You know what I mean.
I don't talk to him as on the continental United States. I don't trust those lines under the water.
No, it was actually
it doesn't make any sense.
It was actually him. He said that the phone shit doesn't, like, he can't call the proper states the same way. So he's like, I got to wait till I get to California and then I'll call you.
I've never heard that before. That people in Hawaii can't use.
But that's what he said to me. I don't have a point of reference.
Maybe he just don't want to talk to him yet. He's making an excuse.
Dude, maybe
Bobby
that's
will believe it.
Dude, Pool fucking,
Bobby will believe it.
Pool fucking hates me, bro.
He's building up.
Island static.
Let me get another conch show here.
So he said, I was listening to a couple of Force sensitive episodes regarding the Shadows of the Empire and 64 games. Does anybody remember that here? N64.
Who's
Shadows
up
of
I
the
don't
Wait,
have an
what's
N64. I have a
No,
PlayStation.
no, just the game.
Which games?
For
were they?
N64, Shadows of the Empire.
I played pod racing.
That game was fucking awesome. He said, I was wondering if you remember the 1983 Star Wars arcade game or the Atari Empire Strikes Back game or the Snow Speeders and Walkers. What are your thoughts on games of that era and how they might have played a role in your passion for Star
Guy's
Wars?
a time traveler.
Those games and probably some of my earliest memories regarding Star Wars as a child. Amazing content each week. I can hardly keep up, but I enjoy it all. Aloha from Hawaii.
All right, here's the pitch meeting. All right, guys, we're going to do a side-scrolling game because that's all we do in 1983. There's going to be some pixels that bounce around, and you're going to try to avoid them. That's it. We're done. Pitch meeting. Oh, that was E.T. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I don't remember the first Star Wars game I have a recollection of playing. I think was Super Star Wars.
Super Star Wars on Super Nintendo.
That was
the
a
first one I
fucking
played with.
great
It was
game.
fucking awesome, but it was hard as fuck.
Dude, it took me forever to figure out when you're on the land speeder. No, that's 40K. When you're Luke and you're on the fucking floating car.
Still close.
yeah.
Oh.
And then you try to get towards the fucking not Ewok,
Jawa.
the Jawa tank
I think that
land
might-
vehicle.
Yeah,
What's that?
the sandcrawler.
And you keep going towards it, but you don't get any closer. It took me forever to figure out is for each like enemy you kill, you get closer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you can get there
That
real
makes
fast.
a
I was
lot of
playing
sense.
that for like half an hour. I'm like, man, this game lasts forever.
I definitely love that. You know what other game I remember playing Star Wars wise as a young lad was X-Wing and TIE Fighter.
Yes, excellent. Dude, there was 3.5 floppy disks on the computer.
Yeah, dude, you had to put in so many to
Floppy
get the game
to install it.
to
Yeah,
get the game
next
to play.
to-
There was so
Ooh.
many, and like it was hard as fuck because it's like super pixelated,
Yes, it was just fucking
and
squares.
it's space.
It's just pixels.
Dude,
that is.
I would spend half the game trying to figure out where the battle even was. I would just be flying
Because it's
around.
like super far. Right? It's
Doesn't
super
sound like
realistic.
fun at
You
all.
see shit.
Yeah, I would just be flying around in space. Like, dude, I've lost the squadron. I don't know. You know,
Bobby, what you had to do is like one of those pictures in the mall. You had to stare at it till your eyes crossed a little bit. There's a
Oh,
fish.
yeah.
There's a fish.
eagle.
That's how it was in the Star Wars game.
Magic
Like, there's the
eye.
battle. It's over there. I have to not look at it to look at it.
Yeah,
Dark Forces and Dark Forces 2 on the PC, those were great games. You can pick. That was when I didn't realize. Well, I guess maybe it wasn't canon then that there can be different colored lightsabers instead of red, blue, and green. Because when you make a character, it was yellow and it was all the colors. I was like, oh
orange,
shit.
Yeah.
That's
Orange.
I wish they would bring back more colors. I feel like
Well,
it's,
Samuel Jackson has the purple.
well,
I
so,
was,
but so
I was about to say he has the grape drink one. Yeah. So
Dude, what if they have an Asian Jedi with a yellow lightsaber?
oh come on, man. So
Then lost his
would
drink.
you say he has like a sweet and sour lightsaber?
Chris,
All we can
Chris,
do is laugh.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not comfortable with this podcast.
As bald white men, you guys can't say can't add to this
No,
conversation.
as bald white allies, we are uncomfortable with this.
That's right. We speak as one on this.
So
Szechuan saber.
Szechuan saber works for Rick and Morty too.
That's what makes it.
I think it's the prequels that undid that. Even though
Wait,
Sammy,
that's when they introduced the purple.
even though Sammy had a purple one, his was special because it wasn't green or blue. Everybody else had green or blue.
But in Clone Wars with the dark saber, which is my favorite, is the black katana.
Yeah, no, but let me say it again. I think the prequels, just the films, are the ones responsible for undoing that because that's when they could have gone balls to the wall with full color lightsabers, like the whole
because
Crayola
many-
box.
Maybe it was a visual thing. It would have looked silly. It was
I
too
think
many
so.
colors.
I think
and,
so.
Hey Joe, in those books Bobby's never read, there's a
Oh,
character.
for fuck's sake,
There's a character that has a version of the dark saber.
Joe! You better tell him get in line. I've had
Yeah,
yours for much longer.
I gave him books before, like I
Listen,
even
I've taken books
knew
back
you were.
from him on this one. Okay.
Now, real quick, is there as somebody who doesn't know Star Wars very much? Is there a reason you want different color lightsabers? Like, are they associated
cool.
with a different
just
power?
be cool.
Okay, I
No.
just didn't know. I
just
didn't
cool.
know. So like Power Rangers, but just with lightsabers.
No, don't do that. So it's like now there is I think rules to it now. Like or in the video games, maybe a nice old Republic. Like
Is
if
it
you
with
were-
a synthetic crystal that makes it
well,
red?
that, but I
Yeah.
mean, like there was in the old Republic, I think it was like blue meant you were a guardian, and green meant you were something
That's
else.
kind of what I was.
Like,
I didn't know if it meant like
That is
power
definitely
level
Power Ranger.
or position or rank or something like that. I didn't know.
no, I don't think so.
You mentioned Power Rangers that made me think of this. Totally unrelated. You guys know what Kamen Rider is? You're familiar with that? I
yeah.
know you are. Somebody referred to Kamen Rider the other day as the Karate Bugs, and I just thought that was hilarious.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Karate Bugs
On bikes.
Max
the-
Rider.
big bad Beetleborgs.
So this
Yes,
is
I remember Bad Beetle works.
This is a question from Matt, and he asks Adam a question first, but I'm going to have to just screen shoot this and send it to Adam because it's complicated.
Which Matt?
Just he was just
Matthew Deluxe Baldwin.
and
just Matt. Okay.
and I don't know. Matt might know more than he's letting on, and if he does, good on him. If he doesn't, then that's cool too. It's just a matter of circumstance. But I'm going to let Adam handle that. He says, for the rest of you guys, has there ever been a book, film, or even a song or album that gets you into something that you had written off? The Old Man Logan stuff got me into Wolverine again after I wrote him off as being dull. How about the opposite? You read, watched, or listened to something, and it was so bad that you completely gave up on something you once thought was great. And also, since it's mowing season, Bobby, are you working on a new song? Your stuff is on my playlist, and look forward to hearing your stuff. So
He knows what's up.
yeah. So I have the music for the new song. I sent it.
Yep.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
I enjoyed it.
And I have to write it yet.
I nominate Marilyn Phil as the videographer this year. I'm so busy, Bobby.
You
I'm
are
just so
busy. I might have to.
You gotta make him shoot double the footage just so you can get the right amount.
So this concept that I have for the video is going to be involved. Like I might need to build props, and I might need to build a set.
Oh,
Wow.
We got a crash box.
We
custom?
can.
Yeah, like I might. It's
Need some
small.
lead time.
It's a small set, but I might need to build a set.
See, it's a box. See, on the inside, it's not a box though.
Well. Anyway,
You seen that Doritos commercial where the guy thinks the kid turns old? It's just like that.
For the first one, what about you guys? Anything that you were in love with, that something happened and turned you off to it,
Yep.
or vice versa?
I had a very nice Hot Toys DC collection that my heart got broken by the Justice League movie, and I sold it all.
Wow.
I'm in the exact same boat with Endgame.
Okay.
I'm in the
Mine
exact same
was
boat.
The Walking Dead. I was really into the comics. I read the books, and then they made the show, and I was good for the first few seasons. But then it just kind of went off the rails,
I
and I
stopped at
stopped
season
reading
3.
the books.
Yeah.
I stopped reading the
Yeah,
books,
I'm
stopped watching
off
the
of
show,
it, too.
and it just the show turned me off.
It was so good
completely.
to begin with. It was like
Yep.
accurate, but with a small twists
Yeah.
here and there. and then-
I'll tell you what made me. It wasn't necessarily the reason I stopped watching, but the reason I had a change of heart on that show is that the Negan scene, like the ball bat killed.
Really?
But
that just I was like,
that's accurate.
That's
I
comic
understand it's accurate, but it's just like I don't know. It just changed my mood about watching it. I didn't like that character at
I
all.
liked it because it was
It was too
comic
much.
accurate, and I was waiting for that scene. And
Yeah, and
But after that,
actually
it
I waited till I finished the Negan arc in the book before I stopped reading because like they went on to some other stories.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what's going on.
I watched half the the next scene. All I remember is they were playing pool in like the middle of a
Pocket pool.
street. No, actual pool. They had a pool table, and Negan stabbed somebody, and I don't know. I didn't like that character, man. I didn't.
not
I'm
supposed
like,
to like that
well, no,
character.
it's like,
Like-
why the fuck is somebody not killing this dude? There's
Yeah.
40 people standing around. This guy's by himself. Fucking kill him.
there's always that question of like same thing with the governor though.
that
Like
shit is
why
this-
is nobody taking him out?
But it's the same
Well-
thing in real life. We have like bad people in charge of things that are in charge of things in other countries. I'm not talking-
But
Yeah, but we're not talking about a civilized world anymore in this situation.
Tell you what, for a world where there's very little survivors, they run into a lot of people very frequently.
Well,
that was weird.
They are. I did. I know we're not. This is not The Walking Dead. This isn't Talking Dead.
It's
Talking
the
Dead.
three
Chris
of us.
Hardwick.
Bobby's checked out.
Chris
We're talking about
Hardwick's
Star
not
Wars
there.
enough, okay? We're talking about Walking
No,
Dead
no, no.
now.
I'm just trying to line up the next question.
So they did say at SDCC they're doing a third show.
Good
which,
on you for getting it right, by the way. SDCC. We've been fucking it up.
I've been practicing in my head. SDCC. They're doing a third show, and it's going to be basically that based around their people that they know this has happened, but it hasn't affected them. They've never had an encounter with a walker.
that could be interesting.
Just
Like in
you think
Alaska
about-
or some shit.
Well, even if in these civilizations, these cities they keep fucking up, right? One of those eventually, I mean, the walls were strong enough, and look, there's kids and stuff that probably have no idea that well, we can't go out there. That's all they know. They don't know.
It's like Attack
the
on
Village.
You ask me, we're the real zombies, always on our phone. Am I right?
The only thing I want to know about it is how the hell did
Message.
how did the guy with the stick get from one show to the other? Is it Morgan?
Morgan.
Did he
Walk.
leave? Did he walk?
I don't know. It's the Walker.
Because he left the regular show and he was on the Fear show. I
Really?
think.
I didn't know. I didn't
know.
watch the Fear of the Walking
I
Dead
watched
show.
like the first season.
I
and
couldn't do
that
it.
was too much for me.
I watched the first season of Walking Dead and I enjoyed it, and then I was like, I'll just wait till it's over. And it was a huge
kept
mistake,
going.
as it turns out.
Well, it's going to be over now soon.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to pick back
The
up.
other side of that question, I guess that everybody
Well,
answered.
I wanted to bring up one thing as another example is possibly The Matrix.
Okay.
Like that's something that people
know-
loved at first, and then like the supportive material that came out afterwards. Was,
So that's a great point.
love
I
it
was
all.
obsessed.
Animatrix, all that.
I was obsessed with the first movie. I watched it. I don't know. It was one of the first Blu-rays I bought, and I watched it constantly. Like I remember there were some figures that came out for
You
it.
didn't pick it up on a Sony HD or whatever?
Sony
HD.
HD DVD.
That was around that time.
Do you know? No, did I say
PlayStation
Blu-ray? I meant
did.
DVD actually,
Oh.
but I didn't get it on. Wasn't there another DVD?
There was another format. I can't.
Well,
VCD.
do you know why? Do you know why VHS won over Betamax?
You've told me. I think
Betamax is actually a better system, I think.
Pornography went that way.
that's the same what happened with Blu-ray.
HD DVD and Blu-ray. Pornography went with Blu-ray.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now we're all digital because of porn.
Wow.
Thank
Pretty
you,
much.
porn.
Yeah. Pretty
Yes,
much.
bringing us to
Round
the
of
future.
applause.
Nice.
Um,
Porn.
Give it a porn.
Don't you
watched
hate it
them
when?
today.
Don't you hate it
Shit.
when you get a messenger message?
Just as a heads
the
up,
wrong
that
time?
clapping wasn't what you think it was.
Are you done now?
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Anyways, the
The reverse.
the second Matrix movie, I was done. I was over it. But I've
You
watched
watched
them.
the third one?
I watched them recently, and I can appreciate them.
Did you like the Animatrix?
It was fine. I wouldn't. I think at the time I watched it, I was kind of just over it all. Hellboy. So I'll be honest. The 1,000 Toys, one of my favorite company, announces a figure of a character I was familiar with, but not super familiar with. I know a lot about him now because I read the fuck ton out of that book.
So I had it didn't work, but I remember when Transformers 3 Sentinel, what was it called?
Dark of the Moon.
Dark of the Moon came out. The Sentinel Prime piano. I can't play it off the top of my head. But I loved it so much that I was like, man, maybe I didn't give these movies a fair shake. I'm gonna go back and watch them and really make sure because this piano is good as fuck. Turns out I was right.
When's
initially.
the next review coming out?
Soon. It's been so much topical shit. Like I haven't been able to get to it. I got last night sitting up there waiting to get cracked open. I had to buy it because I didn't own it. But it's on my list. I just like this Unicron shit just keeps fucking taking control of my life. I got to show you this intro. It's pretty funny.
Terminator 3 took me out. Terminator Salvation brought me back.
Ooh, yeah. Salvation is the Nolan.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Yeah. That one brought me back.
Yeah, but then the one after that is not so great.
But then now Dark Fate is coming out with the original John Connor and original Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
And
All right.
Yeah.
2 more questions. This is from Esteban. He said, hey, everyone, I'm sure you've all discussed all the MCU news from SDCC.
Yeah.
Wrapping up a 2-hour show, closer to 3. It says, but I want to know how you guys feel about the casting for Blade. The guy was Cottonmouth in Luke Cage, but now, as we know, he's going to be Blade, and that makes his role in the Netflix show part of some parallel universe. They really can't be part of the MCU now. Also, we saw a fan favorite casting appear at the end of Far From Home, so if there is a
Don't
chance,
spoil it.
yeah, I won't spoil it.
I've been meaning to not say that on purpose.
Thank you. I have not been spoiled that I know of.
If there's a chance to bring characters in from Netflix, who would you think they would definitely just move over? Thanks in advance. So here's the thing. I don't think it necessarily means that because we've had
the same actor play different things.
Yeah, and we've had Ed Norton come in and out. We've had the War Machine come in and out. So like I think that the audience is malleable enough to just adapt.
And also like it might not be the same audience watching the movies and the shows.
Also true.
Do you guys remember? I mean, my mom watched soap operas during the day, growing up when I was home in the summer, and I always loved it. And they'd say the role of whoever is now played by,
Yes.
Billy Bob Thornton or whatever.
Yeah, it's the same character,
but
different
they
actors.
make this announcement so you'll know, and you're like, oh, okay,
fair enough.
that's Jimmy now, from Stitcher
Let me
or Witcher. Is it Jimmy the Witcher from Stitcher?
yes.
Jimmy the Witcher from Stitcher.
Let me ask this question. We'll just go through them. And the question is, well, do you think they're going to move any character over from Netflix to the MCU? No,
No.
I don't think so either.
I don't.
Now, who would we want? So let's go through them real
Punisher.
quick.
Bernthal.
Let's go. Daredevil.
I'm okay with him. I'm
okay with him, but I prefer they didn't. I prefer a new Daredevil.
I could see a new Daredevil.
He doesn't seem dangerous.
I could see a new one, but I'm okay with this one too.
Okay.
I don't hate him.
Kingpin.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
I would
Yeah.
love to see that.
I mean,
definitely.
he's a big heavyweight,
I would
so
too.
to speak,
But at the-
actor.
Yeah.
Bullseye.
I don't even know who that is.
He was in the 3rd season.
I don't.
No, I'm good with
He
it.
wasn't-
I'm good with
Can
the
we get
recast
Colin
there, too.
Farrell back as Bullseye?
Yeah.
I gotta watch that movie again.
Don't.
I'll watch it with him.
Let's see, Jessica Jones.
Nothing.
I'd be okay with it. I don't think that you necessarily
have
could
a
do
small role.
any better.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's good in the role. I'm just
Yeah.
thinking like where she fits in the MCU.
Purple Man.
That'd be great.
I'd be
I mean,
okay.
he's a
but,
good
you
actor
know.
too.
I'd be okay with Purple Man. Punisher.
Obviously,
Yes. Like, he's the best casting they did in that entire universe.
That's the best
to
thing
me.
that came from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Let's see. Jigsaw. I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It wouldn't bother me. I don't feel like he did a bad job.
Is he a movie level character
No.
though? That's what I'm saying.
For
He's
Punisher,
he's
he is.
small time.
For Punisher, but Punisher's a small time.
So here's a
Until
not,
he gets
not
some
an
alien
issue.
tech.
So if they're trying, yeah, that's right. Or if he gets the War Machine suit,
Fuck.
which has happened in the comics.
Exactly.
I actually had that.
That'd be amazing.
I read it. It was interesting.
I mean, they have the figure. Did you get it?
I have the Hot Toys on
Yeah,
pre-order. Yeah,
exactly.
it's my first War Machine, actually. Believe it or not. Which fuck them for putting out 3 War Machines at once. Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
You know, to an extent, if you just take Daredevil and Punisher and leave the rest of them out, that's a pretty realistic world they've set that in. There's nothing fantastic that happens in either
Agreed.
of those. So you take some of those characters and you put them in the rather fantastic MCU. How does that actually mesh?
Well, I'd be okay with seeing it in their movies, like seeing how they respond. Like, being,
Okay.
like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
like, I'd be okay with that. Let me ask about anything from Iron Fist.
No.
No. Yeah. Anything from Luke Cage?
Yeah, I actually would like to see Luke Cage as like a street level hero with Spider-Man or in Spider-Man's universe. I can
I'm okay
see
with
that.
I'd be okay with it, but I don't think he's great as an actor. I think he looks the part.
He definitely looks fine.
He's getting into other things now, so maybe I should see his repertoire before.
You know who I would like to see is the lady that owns the club. Like, I feel like she did a great job.
Oh, yeah. She's
Black
she's
Mariah.
been in things. She's been in things.
Yeah, like
Got my
she.
sister or something like that, or niece. Or,
Yeah.
what she is.
She's the one that I feel like is most believable in a cinematic role.
Well, she's a big time actress.
There
too.
you go.
Yeah.
So
That's probably part of it. And then that's it, right?
I think.
But I don't think they're going to move
So at this
anybody.
point, I think we could just recast everybody.
Yeah.
If they were going to.
Unfortunately, the Punisher's the one that hurts.
It does, and who knows? They might
take him.
do that because I think that as a movie has the most legs of anything they could do.
Correct.
And then our last question, damn, SDCC and those Marvel Legends reveals. Just when I thought I was out. I wish DC would quit screwing around, pick a height, and put out a similar line. The Icons line started out good, and they canceled it. I'm with you. So this was from James, so we know how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with this? Have you listened in a while?
No.
Okay, this is rapid fire.
Okay.
So you got to come out with
He was
it.
here at 200.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I was.
I forgot we did it at 200. Anyhow, let's go. I was very drunk by the end of that show. Cooler Lackey. Slyrax from Mask or Mauser from Super Mario Brothers. Super Sure.
Mauser.
I got to go Slyrax, but it hurts. It hurts. Slyrax is Slyrax's voice. A Miles.
That's a voice you use for somebody else, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, who is it? A Miles.
It also sounds like Shipwreck. You sound like Shipwreck from G.I. Joe when you did that voice, which is probably the same guy that did that voice.
You're on death row. The punishment, not the label.
Damn it.
What's the difference?
A chain means something different. That's all it means.
Good point. What's your last meal? Pizza.
I've thought about this a dozen times. It'd probably be steak and lobster, something nice, and a milkshake.
Anything my
So you're gonna wash down that steak with a milkshake. It's trash.
On a milkshake, man.
anything my grandma would cook.
Oh, come on, Joe, with the heartstrings.
What about your side piece, Grandma? What about that? What is that?
Side grandma can't fucking boil water right. Fuck her.
Mine would be something ridiculously complicated on purpose. So the last fuck you.
Oh, you know what? I changed my answer. I want something that I'd never eat in my real life, like one of
What if
those
it's garbage,
nasty-
though?
But it doesn't matter. Like something like
No,
one
that
of
matters.
burgers with that's in between a donut.
Oh, like something that you know is going to be
yes.
good. It's
want-
going to be so
good
trash you
grease-
can't eat
You
it
want
normally.
a
You're
snomlet?
gonna be so full that you don't even care.
Yeah, like wash it down with like deep fried Oreos and ice cream. You
Yeah,
know,
how,
stuff like that.
you basically want them to bring a carnival to you.
basically.
You want to die before the punishment.
Yeah.
At the table.
Cobra His Tank or Joe Striker?
His tank.
His
Tank.
Tank. Peaches or plums?
Peaches.
Plums.
Peaches.
Anybody eat peaches with a fuzz on?
I don't eat.
I prefer
honestly.
bald peaches.
You don't like peaches?
That
I don't like a
innuendo, or-
mushy
You don't
fruit.
Like, I was going to say it's a texture thing
Yeah,
with you.
I like a crisp fruit. I like a green banana.
It's fucking
That's
wild.
a fact.
It's
That's
fucking
weird.
wild.
I want to be
weird.
able to break a banana in half with the fucking peel.
You
on
can't
it.
do that if you just put it in the freezer, bro.
I would go with plums though. I'm a plum guy.
Your Batman. What outfit are you wearing on patrol? Gray and blue, gray and black, or black and yellow?
Gray and black.
Gray and black.
I'm going black.
Can I do the armor? Mecha Batman all day, every day.
Like the one where he fought the Predator.
The one where he fought Superman.
So gray and black is my preferred thing to see in the comics. But if I'm going out, I'm not wearing that gray and black suit. Not with underwear on top. I'm going to wear the all black suit with the yellow belt and the yellow fucking.
Yeah,
the
fucking Michael Keaton.
suit.
Yeah, exactly. Nolan Batman's fucking sweet.
What's your favorite? Yeah, that agreed. What's your man? Here's a question. This is a pride issue. This is an ego issue. Do you wear Dark Knight Returns? I'm sorry, Dark Knight Rises Batman suit or Batman Begins suit?
The second one.
Knight Rises.
Because I want to be able to move my...
My neck.
That's what I was gonna say.
Because I don't want to have to do this.
See,
I think
that's the
ridiculous.
thing.
But
the
the
dark. See,
Yeah,
that's
I know.
The thing.
I know. The look
The Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises suit is more functional, but the Batman Begins suit looks better.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your favorite TF alt mode, Transformer alt mode?
Mine's Cup. Easy. I just love that stupid truck. He
Really?
drives to, yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the actual toy or like?
I think no,
in the
like just
show?
the,
Well, it's in the anime. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Soundwave.
Yeah,
I like the blue
yeah,
one.
that's a
That's
cool
just-
one.
Fucking Unicron.
Yeah, yeah. I think mine would probably be. See, what's the alt? I guess the alt mode is.
Well,
the,
yours is one of these Stunticons, right?
no, not really, because I'm not really a
cars?
car guy. Honestly,
That's the weirdest thing about you liking the Stunticons.
Yeah, I like their attitude. Grimlock, T-Rex.
Yeah, that's a good one, too. And of course, Wheelie. Kind of love it.
You don't want to be a tape that's in someone's chest and have conversations that you're seeing.
Yeah, that's not weird at all.
Just a bunch of you guys as tape form next to each other talking,
Yeah.
waiting to be ejected.
Italian or Mexican food?
Mexican.
Mexican.
Italian. Imbecile Grimlock or Tactical Genius Grimlock?
I like Imbecile Grimlock because he's tactical genius underneath it anyway.
So my preferred Grimlock is season 1 Grimlock, where he wasn't a complete fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's not a joke.
He was simple, but he wasn't a fucking moron.
You never go full retard.
Well, the R word. You had to say the whole thing.
That's a
Mentally retarded.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Exactly.
That movie's
I love
I
that.
gotta
movie.
watch it again. I love that
so
movie.
good.
Mortal Kombat. Ninjas or cyborgs?
Ninjas. Oh, wait, that was part of the family question I was going to ask you. Remember we're doing like which family is too big? Who you can cut out? I wanted to do the ninjas with you for Mortal Kombat. Because there's like
We
fucking
gotta
8 of them.
We got to save that.
Yeah,
Put that
yeah,
in the
yeah.
notes.
Yeah.
What makes the world go round? Fat bottom girls or cream? Cream.
Man, I'm gonna tell you it's them fat bottom girls. There's no way around it.
They shake it for cream though.
Cream will come later.
Oh, dude, this is a great one. Primal Rage or Killer Instinct?
Killer.
Oh,
Combo
man.
breaker.
Killer
Come on.
Instinct.
That's a good.
I'm
I would
going
say
Primal
Killer
Rage.
Instinct, but
Primal
I
Rage is
already
fucking
mentioned
cool,
the Primal
man.
Rage.
It's
I
only because it
played
has
that
an ape in it,
recently.
motherfucker.
I downloaded it and played it like last year, and
On the emulator?
Yeah, it was so good.
My buddy Anthony, man, I wish he would come through and get in on this shit because he like loves this type of stuff, but he's like kind of cut from a similar cloth. And we used to always sit there and like talk about like the best like announcer for fighting games. And like he was a huge Street Fighter fan, huge Mortal Kombat fan also, but he preferred Street Fighter. And he'd be like, "Come on, man, you don't like that better? You know, like what sounds better to you? Like round 1, fight, or round 1, fight."
Yeah.
You know, and then it was like, and then the Power Rangers rage. All right, your favorite pasta noodle type and shape?
ZD.
What is that?
Nice.
I need to tell me
Like
what it is. I don't know the
ZD's
names.
about that long. It's hollow and it's cut at an angle on the ends and has like grooves in it.
I love ZD.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
Favorite
I like all that shit. Like I like ziti, I like penne, but I like a proper noodle. I like a.
I'm going to be honest with you guys real quick. I'll take pasta any way you give it to
Yeah,
me.
me too. Buddy.
If it's
It
whole
You
tastes-
didn't mess it up
It
either.
tastes the same to me. It makes the same.
I mean, it's the same.
I
But
love pasta.
It depends on the sauce, man. Like
Yeah, I agree.
scampi, like seafood scampi versus like fucking Alfredo, chicken Alfredo versus spaghetti.
You know,
It's like
you know what I
things for
love
different purposes.
vodka sauce.
Yeah, I like vodka sauce as well.
Some good shit.
My wife makes me vodka sauce, by the way.
You ever had a pizza with vodka sauce on it?
No.
Never had that.
I see, I'm not into all that extracurricular pizza shit, man. Like, let's put some hamburger pizza. I'm like, get
I had
out
that
of here.
the other day. Actually,
Get out of
Sounds
here.
I'll
great.
eat any kind of pizza.
I do too. Man.
Yeah, man.
I'll
I'm
try
down.
it.
The beauty of pizza is the variety you can do to it.
I don't know, man. But I like tortellini. It's probably my favorite.
What is that?
Oh, tortellini is really good. It's almost like a little,
Like a
almost,
little,
almost like a ravioli, but not quite.
yeah,
Like
because
cheese.
it's like rolled up. It's like a.
Oh, are we doing stuff with stuff in it? Because there's a whole other story.
No, this doesn't have to have stuff.
It doesn't
in
have to,
It
but it
can-
often does.
Yeah, it
I had it
often
the
does.
other day with cheese in it.
Because I love fucking
Yeah, that's the
ravioli.
Yeah.
Pesto ravioli.
Yeah, but pesto sauce goes great with tortellini.
I'm surprised you like pesto. That's such a peculiar flavor.
I grew up eating a lot.
And
of
it's like mush of stuff. You don't like mush of stuff.
Well, so I like
ruin it.
But also, noodles are mushy, but I like an al dente noodle.
You like to throw it against the dishwasher.
Yeah,
You know that
I've done
trick?
it. I've done it. Or a wall.
Yeah.
And it bounces off.
Whose house are you throwing noodles in?
He knows.
Okay, I got you.
All right, so let's see. Favorite wrestling managers: Bobby the Brian Heenan.
Hang
or
on.
Jimmy-
Whoa. Let me read this one, please.
Okay.
First, he called him Bobby the Brian Heenan, so that's...
Oh, Brain? Is it Brain?
Where are we at here? Your favorite wrestling manager, Bobby the Brain Heenan, or Jimmy Mouth of the South Heart?
Bobby the Brain.
I'm going to say Bobby the Brain on the surface.
I don't know who these people are,
From
but I
a-
know who the pallbearer is.
From a business standpoint, it's Jimmy Hart, but obviously that's not what the question
I
is.
have one question before I give my answer. Did Doink ever do announcements?
Did, like ring announcing? And not that I'm aware of.
Okay, then I'm going with Bobby just because, Bobby power and shit.
Gotcha. Bobby the Brian Heenan.
Yeah, Bobby the Brian. He says, I don't like how you said the Brian. Just be happy with Bobby. We're all happy with it. Who's actually, I've always been like the only Bobby, like in elementary school, middle school, high school, circle of friends, etc. And you and I know another Bobby, and I don't like the fact that he goes by Bobby.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like,
And you guys kind of look... Right.
you gotta do Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
You gotta be some other kind of Bobby.
You can be your
I
Robert.
thought you meant another Bobby.
Let me
We know two other ones.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about him.
Let me touch on that for real quick. So, Chris is a kind of a common name.
Extremely.
Right. So, when I was running retail stores, if I ever wanted to hire somebody named Chris, I'd tell them, you can't be Chris. You can go by your middle name or your last name, but we can't call you Chris. And nobody ever gave me any lip about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just called him like that guy's
want a
name's
job.
Chris Clark, but we call him Clark.
That's
alpha
how.
male thing to do.
That's how.
Call it what you want.
That's how Chucky O became Chucky O because he likes to go by Charlie.
Oh,
But when he came
no
out, we're like,
kidding.
no, there's one Charlie here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
So who's got it worse, Link or any Belmont? Seems like every other week Dracula or Ganon are fucking shit up for everybody. I'm gonna say Belmont has it worse than Link.
I'll say Link because nobody knows who he is. They all
Right.
call himself.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd
that's
say that.
true.
I'd say that's why he has
I
it
think
worse.
always is. It seems like he's completely on his own.
But sometimes Belmont doesn't even get the game.
Yeah,
like some
sure.
other guy.
It's some other guy that's not Belmont. I would say Link, but Mario has it the worst. He get his bitch stolen all the time.
And he's got to go down some shit pipe to fucking.
And just to find the toad, not her. He's got a shit on his stick on that.
And he's got to fucking chase around. Like you think about Mario Brothers, it's pretty fucking horrifying.
Yeah, lava and tunnels
Fucking
and
giant turtles.
So I don't know if you guys are
with
familiar
spikes on the back.
on the Switch. I think it was on the Wii U at one point. But on the Switch, there's a Super Mario Maker 2 that just came out.
I've been watching a lot of Let's Plays.
Oh my gosh,
It's
that game
been
is
infuriating
We have
stuff.
two. We
I
have two
love it.
copies of that at my house.
I
Two
fucking
copies, and
love
it is
it.
bananas. Some of these levels these people come up with.
It's unbelievable. And
They have
Oh,
a
the one with the fire sticks. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
I saw that
Dante.
one.
Dante was like, okay, I have anxiety now, and I was like, dude, me too. That's my exact train of thought.
There's a whole category of those where you literally it either tells you at the beginning stand still or you run, and they figured out how to do music so it plays like a song while you're just scrolling by. It's just really clever stuff.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's genius.
But for Peach, I mean, nobody gets kidnapped more than once. So at the end of the day, she's running away. Just think about
You're
it.
probably right. Or Bowser's got something that
Yeah,
she
he's got something.
He's got one spike a little longer than the other one.
It's like that documentary we watched about the in plain sight.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the
Need to get some relief.
Some relief, yeah.
Oh, I have a meme of that. I need to show you guys real quick.
All right, Thanos' snap happens to Michael Jackson's music catalog. Which survives, Billie Jean or Thriller?
Oh, hold up.
Billie Jean.
Billie
Billie
Jean.
Jean. I could. Yeah, Billie Jean. You can do that anyway.
It's just rock.
Yeah, Thriller seems.
I don't know if you've seen that playing.
I did.
Billie Jean is Billie Jean's a better record.
It is. It's just a better.
like,
I could listen to Billie Jean anytime.
Thriller's more like a topical record.
Thriller is a seasonal record.
Correct.
That's what it is.
Correct.
Billie Jean is year round.
Yeah. Let's see here. Favorite summer's child: Cable, Strife, Rachel, or Nate. You know there's more, but they don't count.
I'll say Cable.
Yeah.
That happened.
Cobra Commander or Serpentor?
Cobra Commander.
Serpentor.
Typical.
He's a more competent leader.
Small whack looking.
Pikachu or Eevee? This was a half-hour
Eevee.
GameStop decision for my 9-year-old.
Pikachu.
Really?
So
Eevee can be
Eevee
9
can be
different
a lot
fucking
of
things.
I know, but he's
Pikachu
saying just
can
Eevee
be-
though.
So Pikachu would be my favorite
It's the potential in the future.
because I know more about Pikachu, and he's like, yeah, he's super cute. But Eevee, I know is my kids like Eevee a lot.
And
so.
they've marketed Eevee towards this younger generation.
Oh, okay.
No, Eevee's always been popular
Eevee's
because
pretty
he's
cool.
always
I
been
didn't
the
know
one that
Eevee
can
was
evolve
popular.
into multiple forms.
It's like a puppy too. I think Eevee.
Yeah,
actually,
it's like a little fox.
Thinking about it now, Eevee's kind of cool. So
Fighting games. Are you a projectile thrower or a combo guy?
projectiles.
I don't know.
I was
I'm much more complex than that, sir.
So I'm a combo guy, but I'm a combo guy that always has one special move in the combo. Like it's always like
Yeah, you end with a.
Yeah,
Sure, you're going to end with a Hadouken.
yeah, or something like Duke special move Duke, or special move Duke, or you know what I mean. It's always got a special
I'm a button
move.
masher. I know how to throw the projectiles, and I'm just getting you in the corner and mashing buttons.
my
I'm just
thing
gonna
is
be honest.
that's why I like the Kumas because he had the air fireball that went down. So he's been my favorite Street Fighter.
Sad or dog death? John Wick or I Am Legend?
I am legend.
I think I am Legend actually.
I Am
had to
Legend is
kill
my
it.
choice
Oh,
too. 'Cause
man.
I've never
That
seen
hurt.
John Wick.
That
That was
fucking
bad. And Will Smith, poor guy. You know,
Dude,
He doesn't have to cuss on his rap to sell records. So
That's true.
That joke I got in on the Keanu Reeves episode where I said Keanu Reeves lost his dog. Keanu Greaves.
Dude, that thing came and went so quick. I've forgotten all about that already.
All right, and that does it. That does it for this week. It's a long ass show.
You got shout outs?
So, yeah, shout out to the Cool Table Network, Shattercast Uncut, Enter the Realm, Plastic Fanatics. I think Stasis Lock is still going strong.
Beer and Bolters.
Beer and Bolters 20, 30, 40, and 401k.
Yeah.
Toy Detox, I believe. And
They're trying to get the 100th episode recorded. They've been trying for like a month.
Are they on 99?
They've been stuck on 99.
Okay.
They're like Prince. They're going to party.
Breaking the mold, fresh communications, building up to it, and verbally challenged. And also shout out to the rest of the team, the Nerd Rage team. We have Raul on Instagram. We have Marilyn Phil on Twitter. We have Dante the Destroyer on Facebook. We have Mr. Manny behind the scenes helping us with some stuff. And one day when Evan figures out how to commit, he'll probably be part of it also. But
committed today. I committed
and
today.
yeah, you did. And we have Gort helping me out with Force Sensitive, which we are recording Friday. So there should be a show this weekend. And
with that, Flappy Labias.
Tasty Taint.
Candy Coochie.
That causes infections. You know that.
tight dick player.